moved him. That's it.
He's going to come back and think, what the hell has happened?
I might put me in the A match instead. It's really bad.
We might be changing that nappy or something, changing.
Yeah. Not changing as well.
Yo, welcome everybody to season number 3. And this is round number 1 at the Red Bull Ring, completely mixed weather. Now we're going to head off into the driver briefing, so I need to keep it short and sweet for you guys at home. We'll get into the session, 20-minute qualifying, 1 hour race with a pit stop thrown in. The randomness is at 5. The weather is going to be absolutely chucking down cats and dogs, but it's going to have dry spells, wet spells. The drivers are going to have to be very strategic when it comes to changing tyres, when to go onto them tyres. We might even see multiple stops tonight, but without further ado, I have a driver briefing to give to the guys in the Discord. So we'll go over a few things, let them guys know with ease what's going on, explain a few things to them. And again, a big welcome to everyone in the live chat to supporting him. We're back with the GT Challenge Series, Season 3. It's been a long one. We've gone to the winter break, but a big hello to Space Gallery, Mr. Arctic Fox, Doug in the house as well, big legends, and to the 12 people currently watching. If you haven't already, do consider hitting the like button. So we'll head over into the driver briefing right now. So we're going into the driver briefing with the boys in here. Is everyone about present, ready for the driver briefing?
Yay.
Sweet. Without further ado, driving standards and briefing for tonight's race, season number 3, race number 1 at the Red Bull Ring. And good evening everyone. As we gear up for tonight's race, we want to remind all the drivers to give each other the necessary room to race cleanly and fairly. This means no second moves to defend and absolutely no cutting off another car attempting an overtake. This will be reciprocated both ways. You race fair, the other driver will race fair with you. It encourages active overtaking. It encourages the least amount of crashes as possible. As those keen-eyed drivers on the track might have noticed, it is actually raining. We have the randomness set up to 5. It's going to be all over the place, and the time progression set up quite high too. So what I'm expecting is it to start out either wet or dry, and it's going to end up absolutely chucking it down. There's going to be rain. The rain will stop. It might form a dry line, your tyres might be overheating, la-di-da. You might change your tyres. Come in, do your mandatory pit stop. That is 1 pit stop with a tyre change. That is the mandatory rules to get rid of that 1 pit stop. It's a tyre change. However, again, just going back to the I've got it mixed, right? Everybody's in the same boat, everybody's in the same race. It is fair for everybody. It's going to be a crazy one. So, as there is only 1 mandatory pit stop, I am expecting maybe some cars to maybe come in and do a couple more stops to put the right sort of tyres on. So let me just get into it. With exiting the pit lane, be sure to stay within the white lines, staying on the right-hand side of the track for a safe exit. So everybody coming out the pits, that is, stay to the right until that white line finishes, just ensuring a safe exit. In qualifying, it's essential to find your own space out on track. Please be mindful of other drivers on their flying laps and avoid impeding them. If you're not on a fast lap, please move out of the way where it's safely and as soon as possible, to do so. This help the drivers that are on a fast lap. To our returning drivers, you know the standards. We expect this as our 3rd season in the GT Challenge Series. For any new drivers, welcome to the GT Challenge Championship, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us. Please do not hesitate at the end of the briefing to ask any questions, and if anything is unclear. Finally, remember, again, as we discussed, there is a mandatory pit stop in this 1 hour race for a tyre change, but given the unpredictable weather conditions, some teams, drivers may opt for more tyre changes to stay on the optimal compound. Let's have a clean race, let's have a competitive race, and best of luck to every single one of you out on the track tonight. And I just want to extend a big thank you before we get going in this session to the admin team, to the mod team that have made this possible, and obviously a big thank you to every single driver that has signed up to this season. We have 7 rounds coming up with a mystery round in there where part of the season we'll go live on stream. We'll pick out some tracks, some of the fan favorites through the community. We'll then put it on a rotating wheel, a mystery wheel. We'll spin it and see what track it lands at. We'll also do that for the weather as well. We'll put dry, wet, thunder, and we'll let the wheel spin and we'll get that locked in. What I do want to say is We have 30 cars signed up for this season with 7 rounds of racing. What we expect from the drivers is, yes, when we get involved in an accident, it's never fair, it's never fun, but please do not rage quit this lobby. There is a lot of time and effort gone into it by not just myself, the admin team, everybody on the broadcast. We have ACC TV Pro app tonight, so all the deltas and readings are looking professional as they possibly can for an esports race. So please, guys, if you have damage on the car, try and drive through it. Even if you're a lap down, I'll have a lot more respect for every single one of you that drive to the end of the race. And come the end of the season, every point counts, so every position counts. So yes, the start of last season, we had a round where everyone kind of died at turn 3, and Tom Tunstall, who is returning with us tonight, he was 5 laps down and he kept his foot in all the way to the end. That is the spirit of what I want to see. So please just respect the work that goes in through everybody, including your fellow competitive drivers who are here tonight, just to keep going to the end. Please do not rage quit out of this one. Come the end of the seasons, there'll be prizes for first, second and third place of this season. Obviously they'll be in the way of Steam gift cards. That's usually sorted out by very own Justin. Also on top of that, our championship sponsor, bptuning.net. I'm going to personally buy a 1 or 2 hour coaching session from him, and that is going to be given away to one of the lucky drivers on the grid. Granted, whoever comes first in the championship probably doesn't need coaching, so you know it's probably not going to be for the people that finish first, second and third. It's just going to be an extra incentive to everybody else on the grid that they have a prize that they can get involved with and possibly win. So I'm just going to name that prize the Spirit of the Championship, and everybody is, you know, everyone's partaking, everyone's available to win that. So I just want to know that you guys, that there are prizes for, you know, those that don't finish on the podium too. And 2 hour coaching session with one of the fastest esports drivers that I've ever seen race on here is more than enough. So listen, again, just to sum it up, driving standards, give each other the room to race, 1 mandatory pit stop, tyre change in the race, qualifying, give each other the room to race, do not impede a driver on their fast lap. And I'm going to hand the floor off to any of the returning drivers or any of the new drivers. Have you any questions before we get going into the qualifying session? The floor's open.
No, we're good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Hope you all crash.
That's the spirit. Yeah. Fire away if you've got a question.
Yeah, you reinforced that, like, we can't violate the white line on the pit exit. What is about the pit entry?
The pit entry, listen, you've got to be on the right hand side. There's no other way into the pitch, and I don't think you're going to impede anyone, but I think what happens on the run up to the pit entry, you're on the right hand side, and you're not going to be taking that second to last corner quite as fast as you would be if you was to complete a lap. So please keep that in mind if you're behind somebody about them pitting in. They're not going to be as quick into that second apex when they're pitting in. But listen, there's only really one way into that pit, and I've seen many people get onto the grass there and absolutely mess up their race. So please take it easy. It is raining, guys, and it's going to be an absolute difficult one. So on that point, just try and do the best job you can with that one. I'm not going to enforce that too hard because it's going to be difficult as it is. Has anyone got any more questions before we get into it?
Yeah, refueling, is that allowed?
Refueling, is it allowed? Is Justin with us? Perfect. I'm not sure how he's got it set up. I know there's a tyre change, so please just fill up until the end, until we get that sorted. I apologise for not having that information.
I think refueling is allowed, at least.
If it is allowed,
setting. Okay,
well, if it is, then it will run your risk. I'm telling you to probably fill up, because I haven't got Justin here for some strange reason, and he's the guy that sets the server up. He wouldn't allow me to do it. Listen, we're into the qualifying session, guys. So I would advise you to fully fill up, and please save your replays at the end of the race. If we need to go over an incident or you have to put in a ticket, save your replays. Good luck, guys, and have fun for the first round. Let's go. Go on, boys.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over into the YouTube comms. All right, I'm in here now. Is Mr. Arctic Fox in here? He is indeed. Mr. Arctic Fox is in here with me, so we are set for qualifying for round 1. I hope everyone's doing well. It's lovely to see everybody. We're going to go on board with a driver here because everybody's having a bit of a mess setting the car up, so turn that off and see who's kind of first out the blocks. It will be... Of course it is. Bear with me. Here we go with the number. Who is that? This is Subdan Chowdhury. Let's go on board with him. Have a good view of what's actually happening from his perspective. Enter turn straight, number 4. It's very narrow, very straight. This is into launch now. Big hello to Spazmizaz and yeah, Justin as well. Thanks all for participating either way. Broder, Dankashed, my friend, welcome in. Richard Roaring Horse of Space Galleria. Don't forget to hit the likes, all them good stuff. Into straight 5 now. But the weather is unbelievable tonight. It's mixed, random 5, times 5 as well. So we're going to see it probably monsoon, get dry, wets overheat. The guys come in and put some dry tyres on. Then it'll start to rain again. I'm hoping to really throw a curveball to all of the boys tonight. Nevertheless, let's get on board with our driver as he sets into turn number 6. Let's get some graphics up for you there because we've not got any of these. See if the boys have got the nationalities on the side. As we head into turn 1, this is the Niki Lauda curve, and that is not the line you're looking for. The 115 now, this is Chris Pissick, the Rundy GC racing driver. I'm wondering for a quick second, have we finally got the livery sorted? We'll have a little look. We have, hey, 1 down. Me and Chris spent a good 20 minutes before the stream trying to work the livery out and get it sorted on. So I apologise to everybody who, if we haven't got the livery on there, we have tried. We'll get it on for the next one. Nevertheless, let's go on board with Christopher Pissick. He turns his way down straight number 2. Extreme Elements, welcome to the 20 people currently watching the YouTube channel. Into turn, this is Remus now, the right-hander, very tricky on the first lap as well with a lot of traffic behind. I believe we're at about 25, 26 cars at the minute as we exit Remus, the Rundy JC driver on the ball with the TC levels as well. Let's have a little look on board with him and see exactly what it is Chris is running. What brave. TC1, TC2, ABS 1 in the rain. Into Schlossgold now, the right-hander. A lot more grip here in the drier conditions, however. Turn number 5 now. Into turn 6. Very tricky in the wet conditions. It's going to be all out. 16 minutes, however, for the boys to get it all sorted. So, again, it's Morza, really? Okay, I'm with you. Thank you for clearing that one up, my friend. And if you haven't already, do consider hitting the subscribe button, like the stream, all of that good stuff. Into Worth now goes the Rundy JC racing driver. Let's stick on board with Chris. Just to the end, a little break in the traffic there. I don't know what that was. Hopefully the service stays great. Into Rint now, the right-hander, knocking it down into third. There is a car in his way here. We did have a driver briefing just before this about people not impeding one another on their laps, and it looks like it's going to end up like that for the Red Bull Nobel. Maybe he'll get a tow to the end, but one of their laps is compromised, and one of them's going to have to come off the gas here because it's not going to work, and they compromise each other's line. Let's just have a look at the prime example of this. It's not optimal. You know, it's a you know, in the best of times, it's a 1 minute 27 track. So let's have a look around the board at the minute. Not a fan of already seeing people mess up their lines and stuff. But Chris Pissick with the fastest lap of the race. We'll check out what the times are as and when. Right, the Coastal Bears. Let's have a look at their actual live lap. Assessing best relative. Now you can have a little look-see of what actually their lap time is. No lap set, so Chris actually was that. We're looking at Thomas Stanek now in the Lamborghini Evolution 2. Again, compromising each other's lines. That is, I believe, Chris Penrose, the Isle of Man driver's new livery for this season. I'm very glad that I managed to get that on. And apparently we're having a little bit of a mare with the track at the minute. I told him. Many a times did I tell him, so back with it now. Say again, sorry?
Who did you tell?
I told him so many times that that's what would happen.
It's so wet.
Yeah. Right, we're back.
The track is flooded.
Yeah, it definitely flooded at this place. I've got Chris in here as well. We've got David in here as well. Mr. Ramsey Marias has offered to come in. He's on the broadcast. He's on the spectator cam tonight, so he's got an extra pair of eyes looking at the laps ahead, seeing what's going on. And yeah, hopefully with that extra pair of eyes, we'll stay on top of the action. But I've got also David Starr in here, one of the drivers that are out on track, and he's going to give us a basically a lowdown of what the actual weather's doing as and when. But times at the minute, 140 is around that time, just underneath. As we're looking at Blair Violet now, number 14, no, but number 7 here. American driver, fantastic. One of the fastest field mill racers we've had in the GT Challenge Series, and a returning driver at that season 1 and 2. Violet's been perfect, she really has, and it's a pleasure to have her out on track. We have a lot of yellow flags out there as we head into it, but yeah, flooded track at the minute, and that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, with that said, Ladies and gentlemen, motorsport fans from around the world, welcome to a thrilling start of the GT3 Racing Championship, season number 3. The engines are roaring, the tension is building, and today we're bringing you the heart-pounding action live right here on YouTube. Get ready for a season that'll be filled with adrenaline, drama, and electrifying battles as our drivers go head-to-head in the world's most iconic GT3 machines, all on the legendary circuit tonight at the Red Bull Ring. This is no ordinary race, it's a true spectacle. The Red Bull Ring, nestled in the Squire Adrian Satyrian Alps, is known for its high-speed straights, challenging corners, and the kind of racing that leaves fans on the edges of their seats. As drivers take to this track on the Assetto Corsa Competizione, you'll experience heart-stopping moment in stunning detail. Every lap, every corner, every overtaking move will keep you glued to your screen. So buckle up, because the engines are about to fire up, the lights are about to go out, and we're about to witness some of the most intense GT3 action you've ever seen. It's time to kick off Season 3 with an absolute banger. Let's make this year a one to remember. Stay tuned, the show is about to begin. A big shout out to everybody on YouTube, welcome back. I'm really pumped, as you can tell, to be here with you all as we kick off Season 3 of the GT Challenge series. After a well-deserved winter break, we're back in action, and this time we've got the fastest GT3 racers on the planet lined up for some seriously intense racing. It's been a long wait, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. We're about to embark on 7 rounds of non-stop, edgy-seat action as we travel to some of the most legendary tracks in the world. The best GT3 drivers in the game are here, and the competition is going to be fierce. Every race, every lap, every move will be packed with drama and excitement, and I can't wait to see how this championship unfolds. Before we dive in, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you to all who have tuned in for today's live stream. If you're enjoying the action, make sure to smash that like button to show your support. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new here and you're excited for more, hit the subscribe button. You'll never miss a minute of the racing action as we go through this season. Also, a massive shout out to our incredible channel members. You guys are the backbone of JR SimRacing, and I seriously cannot thank you enough for your continued support. You make all of this possible, and we've got big things coming up your way. Alright, enough talk. Let's get ready to see some epic racing. Thanks for being here. Let's make this season unforgettable. Welcome to one of the most iconic tracks in the world of motorsport, the Red Bull Ring. Located in the stunning Syrian Alps of Austria, this legendary circuit, known for its high-speed straights and technical corners, is sure to deliver thrilling action for our GT3 drivers today. So let's go into a qualifying setup for you as we get going. I will get on top of times and stuff, but alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to qualifying. We're quite underway in qualifying. Tonight's race is the bit first of the session. The drivers are itching to get back on track and to make their mark, so expect some serious pace right out the blocks. We've got 20 minutes on the clock, slightly less now, and every second counts as they aim to lay down their best laps and secure the best starting positions for the race ahead. The key tonight will be finding that perfect window with the weather. With the possibility of rain and a drying track, there's a car around somewhere, and timing will be crucial. And that's not all. With a stacked grid and nearly everybody gunning for the top spots, track position will be just as important. These drivers will need to find a clean air, avoid traffic, and not get compromised on their flying laps. The pressure is on, and with such a talented field, it's going to test even the most experienced drivers. So here we are, it's time to kick off Season 3 in style. Let's see who can deliver under the pressure and set those blistering lap times. And here, while you're watching these drivers give it their all, we want to hear from you in the live chat. Who are you cheering on tonight, and who do you think will be at the very front of the pack when the dust settles? Let us know your predictions, comment down below. And don't forget, if you're enjoying the action, make sure to show your support with a thumbs up on the stream. Every like brings more attention to the boys out on track, to the race, to the championship. Alright, let's get this session underway. Let's see who's got what it takes at the start of season number 3, our very first qualifying session. Leading the way at the minute is Chris Penrose, no question, and on 1:37.3. That's fantastic. Let's see who's up, actually, on their best. Chris Penrose leading the way with Sieben shortly followed behind Jens Steinhausen. Speaking of the devil, and he's on track. It's German driver Danke Jensfer returning with us. P3 at the minute. Then you've got Daz and a Pseudo Racing Boys P4. Christopher Physic, my teammate, P5. Terry P6. Lichton P7. Barker in P8. Jamie Quinton, his brother, P9. Rounding out your top 10 is Raymond Kamps, aka Raymond Cramps. Coming away from that is Craig Baum in P11. It's Justin Wodawoski in P12. It's Moses P13 with L14 Violet. Blair Violet, that is P15. It's Mel's in P16. Hobson, Duke Canes. Oh, being pushed down the order, actually. There was an improvement there. I think that was Zeman and Chris both improving. Daz coming up the order too. And moving down, Stank in P19. And Doug Tilly rounding off the top 20 positions. Just a word on that after P20. As my timing boards have decided to stop. Just thank you very much for that. After P20, however, you have Tim Hobbs going to be pulled down. It's Brent Runners now, but moving up the order. Mr. Richard Horry Horse is in P23, the nicest vegetarian you'll ever meet. Moving down, it's Chowdhury, who's in P25, and David Storr, our very own P26, he's definitely not got his lap in quite yet. So it's Chris Penrose and Christopher Pisick and Lucy Liston. They're your top 2 rows of the grid. I just said that, and Mr. Zeman puts it on the second row of the grid in P3, knocking Lucas down into P4 at the minute. One left of this session at the minute. Not too long, 7.5 minutes left to go. Welcome into Kenneth Botches. Looks like a lot of water. It is indeed. It's a mixed weather race tonight, my friend, with the randomness set to 5. The time in the race session is also set to 5, so we should see it dry up and possibly start raining again. That's what I'm hoping for. Some mixed weather, some alternative strategy. Even the most experienced ACC racer. I'm a racer at heart. I've done league racing. I know what makes it fun, and I want to try and make the most experienced ACC racer have to think a little bit and earn his crust tonight, basically. Try and make it as fun as possible, but yeah, maybe throwing everyone off in the deep end as it happens for the very first round. Let's hope we can get away with it, but yeah. It's season number 3, baby. It's flooded still, I'm guessing?
Nope, the track is now wet, and by the end of qualifying, it should go, the rain will stop.
Completely. Okay, right, well, what we've got a big heads up there from Ramsey Moreras, Mr. Fox, who you'll have heard in the commentary box. The rain is lightening up. So right now, for the next 6 minutes, we're just going to see times improve. And speaking of that, Lucas puts it on P1.
Penrose is around.
Yeah, we have a yellow flag from Penrose and Zeman. We'll take a look at that from the number 86 as our replay system. What happens to Chris Penrose here? We're on board with him into straight number 1. He's coming up to finish the lap in the final corner. Touch on the curb, looks good. Yeah, the car just gets underneath him on the curbs, and that was quite the pit lane entry there from Mr. Penrose, but he gets away with it. Oh, so I know Mr. Zeman had a moment there for the number 15, so we'll just check Zeman's exuberant moment out there. The replay system on ACC, not helping a lot of the guys out. We get to see the mistakes and look back at all of the accidents. I urge every racer, though, to save their replay file. Mr. Drunk Gamer, welcome in. It is lovely to see you. What happens to Zeman here, then? He just stops. He's trying to find his room out on track. Perfect. So no problem there, but the game picking up that he had a moment somewhere in there. How are you, Drunk? Pleasure to see you, my friend. Junior, please make a call to horse. I mean, he's sleeping in the box. He's bloody sleeping stood up. A lot of traffic behind Mr. Matt Jones there. Welcome in. As fatty yet no bloody hot dogs he didn't. It's Christopher Pisick P1, and again, the rain is starting to dry up now. It's stopping by the end of this session, so what we're going to see is the times get faster and faster and faster, so it pays for the last 5 minutes of this qualifying session for the boys to be out on track, because the natural order of the track, it's just going to get faster now that the rain's heading off. It's now gone to a wet track. It'll go to a damp track, a greasy track, and then a dry track, then to a fast track and optimal. Sorry, Ramsey, I cut you off there, dude. What was you saying?
No, I just came back in for being mute. But I believe there might be a qualifying battle for pole position, since now the track is getting just that bit drier. There's so many people on track. The dry line is forming, so each lap is going to count towards where they're going to qualify.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
we're just seeing on the deltas at the side, it's all in green. What you're seeing now on the left-hand side, anyone that's in the green is improving on their lap. If they're in the red, they're not improving. And as you can see, there's a wall of green there, so every car, including our race leader, Christopher Pisick, as I just say that, he has a moment somewhere out on track. We'll have a look. But all the green deltas are guys that are improving on the laps. This is still all to play for. Let's have a look what happened to the 100JC racer. Is he coming around Worth? So again, it's a case of the track is just getting quicker, so it pays to be out there. Where is Chris? Oh, he's had a moment there, and the car is absolutely sideways. He held the brakes, and hopefully nobody else gets compromised, and a nice pirouette from the BMW M4 driver. But yeah, anyone in the green at the left-hand side there is improving on their lap time. Chris still holding the fastest lap thus far. 3 minutes of this session left to go. Go, go! Power racers! That is the spirit. Richard Rory Horse there with a lot of love and a lot of support in the live broadcast. And Broder, the 211 Lamborghini Evolution driver. Well, we've got a tiny break. We'll keep on top of who's putting in the fastest lap. But big sponsor announcement, a huge thank you. The fastest lap there, Matthias Belasher, the limited speed driver of 36.5. Nice job. A sponsor announcement. A huge thank you to our championship sponsor, BP Tuning, for making this season possible. BP Tuning is your go-to destination for top-tier tuning and setups and solutions for Assetto Corsa and Le Mans Ultimate. Created by a pro esports racer, BP Tuning offers some of the fastest and most reliable setups available. Guaranteed to get you in the green deltas and fastest lap times when you put them to the test. But that's not all. BP Tuning offer coaching sessions at the lowest prices on the market. Whether you're just getting started or you're looking to take your driving skills to the next level, BP Tuning Coaching is designed to give you proven results if you're serious about improving your performance on track. There's no better place to start. Chris Penrose, fastest lap of the race. For all the details, be sure to check out the links and information in the description below. Head over to bptuning.net to explore their setups, coaching services and much more. Trust us, you won't want to miss out on this game-changing opportunity. A massive thank you to BP Tuning for the incredible support of our championship. Let's get back to the race in action. Well, we've got 1.5 minutes left to go. Chris Bissek fires back at Matthias, cuts 5 tenths off of the 36 flats. It's all to play for. Thank you to the 26 people currently tuned in. If you haven't already, consider it a like. Subscribe, all of that jazz. All the boys currently improving. We'll look to take board on Lucas now, the 911-922 driver in his Porsche. And again, the track conditions clearing up as he exits the Niki Lauda curve here. According to this game and real life, there's like 2 or 3 different kinks in this straight up to turn 2, but I don't count it as that, but it is what it is. It's in turn 2 right now. Horse is driving. He is out there. He is. Mr. Richard Rory Horse is just outside of the top 10 positions as we've gone to the last minute of qualifying for race number 1 of season 3 of our brand new championship. The GT Challenge Championship is in its 3rd season. We had a break over the winter testing, shall we say, and all of the field are back. We've got stack grid, and hopefully everybody drives the heart out this season, and it'll be just as competitive as it has been for the last 2 seasons. Tim Hobson, the 159 McLaren driver, setting his lap up. He's not going to have time for another lap, so this will be his flyer. 25 seconds to go. A couple of the other boys are all flying across the line. They've got 20 seconds to get across that line to maybe set another one, and it looks like Craig as well, maybe compromised into turn 1, the British driver in his Astons. Probably not going to be happy with that. It's not going to have time for another one, so a lot of guys coming into the pit now. Matthias Belasher, 4 attempts up at the minute. Also a couple of attempts up on his lap, so it's all still to play for. Let's make sure that we set a pit stop up in here as well for the boys. So there is 1 mandatory pit stop. Come the race.
Qualifying is now down to 0. Anybody on the lap now is got to make it count.
Absolutely. It's almost that time. It's Justin Pasowski, one of the lead admins here, over on the JR server, the main catalyst to getting the seasons up and running, setting his lap in the Audis. See all the boys pulling over right now. These are the yellow flags, and Chris is leading the way, and it's Matthias Belasher front row of the grid. Chris Moses and Daz are on the second row of the grid. Move over slightly and at least look at another car that possibly is on a lap. Tim Hobson. Zeman not happy with his lap. He says he fluffed it up at the end and he's going to start P7 a little further back than we'd expect Mr. Zeman to start. It's revving time. It certainly is. These are the last laps. You can now see the track drying up. There will be a dryish line coming there, so the driver's got to think about this one. There's 1 mandatory pit stop tonight, guys, for tyres. However, with the unpredictability of the weather and we're not quite sure what it's going to do, we may see cars opting to do more than 1 pit stop. Mr. Raymond Camps there, the Suda Racing driver in his Lexus across the line. He's starting P10. He's 2 attempts up on his lap. Will this put him up at the order past Liam? Boom, P8. What an improvement there by him in the end. Just across the line, puts it P15, and we have a whole host of cars that are coming across the line now. It's very close. David Starr across the line too. Doing to get in here. Fresh drive, hopefully. Come on. Thank you. But yeah, this will be it from the qualifying session for all of the boys. And we'll get ourselves into a grid walk from Bertsky Gaming. Woohoo! Woohoo indeed, my friend. Big stack grid of cars. Okay, my friends, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what is going to be a spectacular one. Let's get down there, grid walk style, and see who lines up where. Without further ado, this is Chris Penrose. He's won races before, P1 from the Alaman driver. We lead away onto right next to him. It's Matthias Belischer, a proven race winner here. Chris Moses starts P3 in the Lamborghini Evolution Troop 2. It's Daz, number 84. He starts on the second row of the grid. It's Christopher Pisak, the Polish driver, P5. We move across. It's David Starr, put a lap in P6, the 29. It's Zeman, not happy with his lap or his position, the number 15. We're looking to move forward. Raymond Krebs in his Lexus, the 182, P8. P9 for Jens Steinhaus, the 342. Moving back, top 10. Liam Backer rounding that off, the number 8. It is Lucas Lichten, the 911. P12 is Jamie Quinton, professional lovemaker. It is Mr. Richard Murray Horse, 211 vegan driver. And Craig Foreman, also the Pseudo Racing Boys, P14. P15 is Justin Posowski, puts a lap in at the end in the Audi. It's Bram L, the number 22 Porsche driver. Moving across, it's Tui Tui, the 103. Ferrari driver, then we go back another Porsche. It's Mark Jones, the Welsh driver there, the 92. It's Subhan Chaudhry, the number 93 720S driver. Brent Lemmers now, the 777. Moving back, it's Doug Tilley, Ron of our own, P21. P22, we'll see Top Tunstall, returning driver, the number 98. It is Tim Hobson, the 139. Thomas Stenick, number 70. Blair Violet, it's good to have her back. Fantastic racer. Last but no means least, it's Misha Bells, the number 1 720S. We'll move forward, and for this formation lap, we'll have a little look at what to expect from the guys. So we'll start that as well. We're going. Looking back on the arse end of Chris Penrose, who's going to lead the field away for race 1. And what's the rain doing here? Because it looks like it's no rain, but it's a wet track.
There is no rain. It is a wet.
It's a wet track, sir.
Just like you wanted. It's
yeah,
gonna,
exactly.
It's gonna go wet, probably to maybe dry.
Yeah, it's definitely going to go how I wanted it to go. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wet track, but it's no rain sort of featured yet. So how many of the drivers have actually started on dry tyres, trying to fight through the wet track till it goes dry here? We'll have to sit and find out, but there's going to be so many drivers at the start of that grid going, do I put the wets on? Do I put the dries on? I guess we will see. It's going to be an interesting one, because this is what I wanted. I wanted people to have to think about what they were doing. I also wanted them to have to think about the tyre selection that was coming up on there. So if we have done this right there, you will see the number 1 in the middle on the left hand side. That is their one mandatory pit stop that all drivers must do once the pit window opens. They have to change tyres, and that mandatory pit stop will go away. It'll turn green. That way we know. But for now, obviously the pit window will open very shortly. They're initially getting on there, but let's have a look what sort of tyres he's got on at the minute. We're just looking on the sidewall there. Has Chris got dry tyres on? I think he might have. This is going to be...
From what I can tell,
yeah.
Most other drivers seem to be on wet tyres. Anybody who has dry tyres is risking a lot, as the rain will get heavier after the initial...
Well, when's the rain forecasted for?
Drops.
When's the rain?
7 minutes.
Right, 7 minutes. So, yeah, those that have the wet tyres on will have to fight through 7 minutes of this race, maybe less once the formation lap is. So they're at least going to have five minutes on these tyres burning through the roof before the rain comes down. So wet tyre is a no-brainer unless it's really hot. Well, we will see what strategy to go with, because again we've got the randomness up, the time multiplier up as well, so the weather is going to come up as thick and fast. I'm still convinced we're going to see a very dry race at some point. The boys now will be going side by side. They'll be getting the hurry on to go double file here, as they all start to stack up. All right, without further ado.
Off in the back.
I'm sure he'll have time to get into it. So listen, all right, ladies and gentlemen, the movement we've all been waiting for is finally here. We're about to kick off round 1 of Season 3 of the GT Challenge Championship live here on YouTube. A massive thank you for everyone tuning in from around the world, your support that makes it all possible. Huge shout out to all the drivers who've signed up for this season. We've got an amazing field of talent. A big thank you to the entire Modern Ad team who've put in countless hours. And now ahead to the drivers, just finishing their out laps, staying focused, get the tyres up to temperature, preparing for a 60-minute race ahead. The prep is done, the setups are locked in, and now it's time to go racing. This is it, folks. Welcome to Season 3, Round 1 of the GT Challenge Series. Let's go racing. Here we go. 60 minutes. One mandatory pit stop. Chris Penrose to lead all the drivers away. And we are green. We're gonna be. We're underway for season number 3, headed into turn number 1. Can everybody kind of get away with it? It's a big grid for everybody to slow down here. I'm hoping so, big time. Just looking further back here, it looks like... It kind of looks like everyone's got away with it. There is an incident, however, I'm looking at a yellow flag a little further back there, but that could be other drivers just going off in the background. Chris has got the biggest getaway here. Look at the boys roaring up there on board with Jamie Quinton. Oh, that's Jens in the background. We'll have to look at what went on there, because Jens definitely went for a hell of a ride there, shall we say. We'll look at the positions getting for all the boys there. Yeah, up to Daz, up to Chris. It's very close at the minute. Well, looks like there's a battle here. Matthias Belichet going for a move. Also, it looks like David Starr either attacking and defending just in the background there. There were more going on. Turi as well is defending their hearts out here as well. So yeah, big losers and big winners from this one. Moving forward, Chris Moses, I think, chasing down Christopher Pizik in front, the Polish driver, under fire from the Lamborghini driver. It's all to play for. And look at the absolute jump that Chris and Daz have got at the minute. Pit window is open, so we'll see if anyone opts to come in straight away. It'd be a bold strategy to do this one straight away. Nothing doing a bit further back. Raymond camps here, chasing down the Porsche in front of him. Not a lot doing. It's Sudden Chowdhury in the background as well. These boys look extremely close to each other with a... Oh, Bram, I think that was. Slightly further back. So you can just see the boys all managed to do their thing. Look at them, line of stern. We're going to have to go and have an actual onboard and see what the boys are looking at. Wipers are still very much going.
Now back to rain.
So,
it is going to get
rain has started, you are right. So yeah, the rain has started its way down now. So those on the wet tyres, you were right, Mr. Kenneth. That was the way to go. Guy's going to cook his brake before it starts. Let's hope not. Zeman and Mr. Matthias Belichet on it together. That's side by side. They're being told in the driver briefing, give each other the room to race. That is what we expect from all the drivers this season. Allow racing to happen naturally.
The rain will again get worse in the next 7 minutes.
Well, hopefully with this amount of cars on track, it should just keep it in kind of a wet state. I don't want to move away from the action at the minute, but Liam Barker is hunting down, I think, Raymond in front. That's it, side by side, the Lexus driver. Liam's going to have to let that one go, I imagine. Very, very experienced is Mr. Raymond Camps of the Pseudo Racing drivers there, and he does have Turi for company. But Chris Mussick now and Christopher Pizik very close together. These are the closest battles out on track, but not to take your attention away. Tom Tunstall looks like he's having a hell of a go here too. Maybe missed something. We're going to have to get a better on board. Yeah, very, very close to each other, and it looks like Doug's in the thick of it back here as well. Craig Foreman into the pits, opting to take this one extremely early. On board with Doug Tilley is one of her own. Chris Penrose now putting in the fastest lap of the races. So many people here tonight. I want to extend gratitude and thank you to each and every one of you, but we're going to have to move forward because Liam has been overtaken by the Ferrari driver there. Look at the rain being sprayed. It's been thrown up. Visibility all-time low, but a much better exit there for the BMW driver by far. Oh no. Is this a free wide situation?
Free wide.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? Perhaps is on the outside. He's gonna have to let him go. Where did he think he was gonna go? Moving across. I do not understand the logic behind that. Please keep on going. There was nowhere the Lexus could go, but just looking at the incident.
Absolutely nowhere the Lexus could go.
Yeah, we'll check out the incident
on the
again.
outside.
It was just unfortunate, but if you see it from my point of view anyway, we'll have a look at the incident. The Lexus is on the outside for the right-hand corner, but he's holding his line, and the BMW, I think it's Liam, just cuts across. Yellow flag as well from Steven, so we'll see it live now on camera. The Lexus is there. He's on the curb. He doesn't move, and he's just pulled across on the Lexus, so that's unfortunate for Liam. I know he'll be kicking himself, but he's a trooper. He'll fight through it. And look at this. It's super bloody close between all of the boys now. Liam now in the thick of it. There's a lot of the guys. It was an interesting move, shall we say. There's even who there's that because he's behind his Liam. It's Jamie pushing his brother here, actually. It's Jamie back on the ass end of Liam. That gap looked a lot bigger on the actual screen there, but Liam's got the bit between his teeth right now. He's going for it.
A lot of people electing to make early pit stops.
Yeah, odd one. They must.
342 Ferrari.
Yeah, it must. I'm happy to guess that they've either still got qualifying fuel in and had to come in, or they're taking a bold strategy if it's not going to get dry and just keep on the wet tyres for the entirety of the race. I mean,
Oh, there's an Audi that went wide on the final corner.
yeah, I think that is got to be Justin, right? The 44.
Yes, it was Justin.
Let's have a
very
little look.
wide line.
Well, we've got a break in the action as we're coming up into that corner. This is Justin Pozowski, one of the commentators. Well, I'd say commentators, one of the admins that puts all this stuff together. Pretty wide, seen that coming from a mile off. Yeah, but it didn't need to. I guess he's just got on the curbing on the exit. No, it gets underneath him, actually, on entry. It's a weird one to see. The 84 involved in something in the track as well. We'll take a look at this once the replay is done, but I don't want to miss a thing, because we've got a battle on for the podium too. Craig Moses is pushing Christopher Pissick. It's only 0.4 of a second, that gap, and you can see in front of him, that's Craig, who has taken his pit stop. And he has the likes of Christopher Pissick, Matthias Valchek, David Starr, and is that Lucas as well with him as well? Yeah, it is. Oh, David Starr gets wild out the final corner things. Audi things indeed. I always have problems on the brakes of the Audi where it would just overtake itself, and it must be a setup issue. Or a skill issue. Matthias Valchek with a yellow flag going down the order, the 83. Just while we get a second, we'll check what happened there. And the number 8, is that Liam again? No, what's happened? So Matthias going round here. He's the Aston Martin driver, the limited speed driver here. Perfect camera. And it's just a bit of door banging between him and David. Hopefully, no, Matthias is off. Hopefully he managed to do that with no damage on the car, but Matthias is off there. And Bram very close. We're going to have to, yeah, he kept on going. I did see him. Bram very close here. This is non-stop action. No. I think we've just gone side by side. I don't think there was contact initially, but it was enough just to put
I didn't touch him.
Matthias off there. And yeah, one of the admins in the live chat there pleading his case. However, David Starr's been known to be a bit of a liar when it comes to contact, so
That's a lie.
we will give him the benefit of the doubt this time. Bram doing a fantastic job, chasing down Liam Barker in front. You can see on the BMW M4 in front, Liam absolutely representing the BAC Mono guys, him, Tom Tunstall as well. Big fans of those boys and the work that they do there with the Mono cockpits and stuff, so it's fantastic to have him part of it. We're going to have to move back because Matthias Belchert is going back the wrong order, and Jamie Quinton as well with him. We've got a battle going on here. Starting to think Zeman had a moment somewhere and I've just not seen it, but Jamie Quinton in the thick of it, down one position at the minute. Let's put the orders up and just see the big winners and losers in terms of the positions actually gained. So far at the minute, Christopher Pissick up 2. We see Jamie Quinton on the outside here. He's going to be left out to dry by Zeman if he tries to hold it around the outside of this one. Zeman very fast, very experienced. Jamie with a level head on it just tucks himself back in. However, Zeman I think is going to have to run in the Porsche now. He's going to wait. Chris Penrose putting in fastest laps. The Mank driver doing a fantastic job, and Zeman going for this one. He's thinking about it. Twice he thought about it. Yeah, tell you what, Jamie's going to have a fantastic view of this. Let's go on board with the man from Runcorn. Oh God, just squeezes his way through. Code Brown there for me at least. A little update on what the weather's doing, boys.
It's raining.
It's
Perfect. What's it
very
forecasted
much
to do?
raining. It is going to
More rain.
It is going to go more rain.
Perfect. Now leave
So
back.
the track back is going to get worse and probably flooded.
Okay, I'm hoping with some amount of cars and track, it's not going to be too much of an issue. Trust me, it will dry up again. But we'll see. This is what I was after.
We've still got a dry line.
It's a
Just
light
about.
downpour. Yeah, I can see it on the broadcast that it's not actually all that bad quite yet. But Bram putting Liam Barker under a lot of pressure. We had a yellow flag from the 777
has a
out
yellow
there.
flag.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Brent Lemmers now. Let's have a quick look out on track on the replay system. What is we are seeing here from the... This is a Godfadona moment from Brent Lemmers now. 7-7. Has he just got on the accelerator now? Yes. Onto the curbing. Hopefully Brent can keep it going though. It's great to have another Dutch driver out on track with us, keeping it in the right direction. Closest battle's out on the track now. Tom's in the thick of it. Let's go and have a look at what the man from absolutely representing the BSC boys out on track tonight. He has Justin on the outside of him, the German Minister of Defence. Oh, has Justin catches a slide. It's a good
Chris
save there. Who's losing places?
Chris,
Has he really?
he's struggling in the rain, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a lot of practice compared to everybody else. You've got to understand, Chris
Ooh,
now...
there's a spin on last corner.
Yeah, it's Jamie Quinton around, I think, but Chris is an iRacing driver, a rallycross driver. This isn't his main game anymore. He got in practice 2 or 3 days ago, and Chris running P4 at the minute, you know? I know what this man's capable, and yes, still a dry line forming, but we had a bit of a moment there. We have a yellow flags coming through, in fact. Thompson still... Where's the closest battle out on track for the boys at the minute? And the number 70 is a yellow flag minute, and that's Thomas. Let's have a look from the number 70, this replay system. It's fine here. What happened here with the Audi behind? Has it got caught up? Has he hit the curb? What has happened here? Let me get my binoculars out and see. Is he just on the curbing? He's around. Held the brakes. What happened there from Thomas? That wasn't great. Hopefully you can get going, but that looked like a lot of damage on the front of that car. But I have I still got him out on track? I have. The number 70 is still there, still doing his thing. It was certainly a death. Right? It looks like Liam starting to make his charge now. And this is up against Matt Jones. I think, yes it is, the Welsh driver and the Liverpudlian. Let's go on board with Liam Barker, because this should be an interesting watch. Of course, Liam qualified a bit further up there, but we saw an accident, what I think is turn 2, and it just drifted across to the left-hand side where I think it had nowhere to go. I think we can all agree on that. And yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Dell in the live chat, although I didn't see it. Can't stay long, Jay, not feeling good, but we'll hopefully chat more since not even been racing for over a week. What happened to Liam there? Dell with a commentator's death curse there. That is not good. There's got to be some contact, because Mark was even going a little slower too as well, so we'll have a look. Here's the number 8, this is Liam. I just hope everyone keeps a level head.
There's another spin in the last corner.
Yeah, I see it. I think that's Justin, it's the 44. We'll have a look. I just want to see what happened to Liam here. And I think it's the same that's happened to everybody else. He's on the power now. Yeah, and I think he taps the... he just wasn't prepared for the speed of the Porsche in front, and I think that's down to more driver error than anything. Coming back, where's Justin? A yellow flag out on track. He is very sick tonight. He already started with the racing driver excuses to Justin Pazowski. Alright, so he managed to get 1 corner further than he did last time. Struggling, I think, with the balance of the Audi at the minute, and you can see him in the background. He span it right round, baby, right round. But hopefully going in the right direction. We do have a big battle going off. Tom is in the thick of it. Look at this, side by side, he's showing the nose. Again, I did tell the drivers, give each other the room to race out on track. Mateus as well, trying to find his way forward, but we're going to keep on board with Tom. Will we see another move here? Let's go TV camera number 2. So we get a better one. Yeah, that's a much better view. Mateus trying to find his way forward. David Stoll with a yellow flag out on track. Before we go and look at the incident, David...
Come on. Move, go on.
Oh, no, you're going to have to wait. Yeah, we see him in the background there as Mateus is trying to line up a move. David, before we get and look at that replay system and watch you in all of your glory, would you like to tell the ladies and gentlemen at home what happened there?
Spun it.
So, it's a bit of talent running out at the end, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Nicely.
a bit of talent run out.
David Starr, the Scunthorpe
Weather
driver.
update.
Yep. Weather update.
The rain in 7 minutes is going to get less, or lower.
Perfect.
Back down just a little bit.
We've still got kind of a dry line at the minute, so you know, with the rain getting less, I'm hoping these wet tyres start to go orange and red, and it gives the driver something to think about. But class of the field, Chris
Justin's
Penrose.
crashed,
Is it again?
again.
Has he gone off again? Yeah, he wasn't feeling it tonight, was Justin at the minute.
He's back. He's back on track. He just spun on last curb.
Good to see the German driver to keep him going. A big thank you for Justin for putting this one up. I tell you what, Seaman is not doing this. I thought he'd do it at the minute, but Matheus finds his way up into P8, taking over the Lamborghini driver. It's the territory of the 103 now. He's trying to put the Lucas Lichten under a little bit of pressure here. 45 minutes left of this race to go, and Violet Blair and Tom Tunstall, something happened in the background there. Territory very, very close here, but yes, the number 7 of Violet Blair and the number 98 have definitely had a moment between us as Chris Moses puts in the fastest lap of the race, P3. He's trying to hunt down Daz in front. It's 3.6 seconds for the Lamborghini Evolution driver to find, but quickly, to have a look what happened to Sky Blair here. She's usually a very, very clean driver, so we'll have a quick look at what happened to Miss Blair there. No rhyme intended, but you're just watching it, okay, on the exit turn 2. Misses that, yeah, just maybe a bit too much overspeed into, I'm gonna give each other, and the Ferrari does see she's there, and it's a bit more. There's a lot of track there, guys. But yeah, Violet, been with us from season number 1, and she's been a fantastic addition to have to our championship. She's always very clean, and we've got a yellow flag with Turi and Lucas as well. That's the 103. Let's have a quick look and keep on top of the action. What are we seeing here? So it must be a pass or an attempted pass on the brakes of the 103 as we try and enter turn 2. Let's have a look, because this is a lunge from this far back, right? Is it just a little nudge on the entry? Yes, it is. That's what it's picked up. No harm, no foul. It's probably given Craig and the Aston Martin a bit of a hurry up there. Closest battles out on track is Liam Barker trying to pull up on the ass end of Misha now. It looks like we've caught him just in time. Hopefully, there's a big enough track for you to go side by side. Let's not cut across once again, Mr. Barker. Much better. You can't turn in, Mr. 720S. You have to give him the room to race. And they ended up doing. Big well done to both those boys, drivers, for giving each other the room to race. And again, now it's the Mac are definitely pulled in there and allowed the room to race. Fantastic racing. Misha, very well done indeed for giving the room. That's what I asked at the start of it. With these conditions, it's what it takes to have racing unfold, but there's a lot of drivers taking their pit stop. Yettins has taken his pit stop, and Craig Foreman also taking his pit stop as well. We do have a car that's left the race. I'm guessing that would have been the Lamborghini that we saw parts round the other way earlier on. Big thank you to everybody that's joined us up on the YouTube channel. Thank you for the 29 people that have currently liked the stream. Misha's doing the best to try and pull up on it. It is one of the closest battles out on track at the minute. As you see on the left hand side of the deltas, you will see there is a orange number 1 essentially, and that means they still have their 1 pit stop to do with this race. They all need to clear it. Matt Jones with a yellow flag. Is that the 92? It is. They have 1 pit stop left in this race. If that number 1 is then green, that means they've taken their mandatory pit stop for the race. What happens to the Welsh driver here as we come down straight free? Because this is all by yourself. It's into here. So what happens to him? Maybe it's just a track out of bounds. It doesn't necessarily mean it's anything bad, but just overcooked it. The exit. Looks good to me. Yeah, I missed that one. Maybe just the game thinking something else.
Confusing.
Yeah, it's definitely livened things up, shall we say?
It's gonna increase and then decrease.
Somebody off there, number 92. It's Matt Jones again. Looks like a yellow flag. Yeah, it should be. We should be getting this kind of action throughout. Mr. Seaman looks like it's very close. These two resuming the battle from season 2. Actually, they did a fantastic job. They're both very, very quick drivers in their own right. One of the few drivers come with Mr. Penrose that managed to give the likes of Tom Venters a very close... Hang on a minute. We saw something happen. The 83 is round. There was a yellow flag. Zeman. What happens there with the number 15? He's definitely waiting for Matheus Balchet, so give him his fair due. He is waiting for the limited speed drivers. Something happens there. So let me just keep on top of it. Zeman's waiting for Matheus now. These boys usually very, very clean, and he's let him through. That's fantastic to see through the guys, but we will have to take a replay and actually watch what happened there. And yeah, Zeman's nudged round Matheus, the car in front, so not the best. It's just the weather catching him out. None of these guys have gone into this race with the intention to take anybody out. But yeah, you're just watching the end of that there, where he comes up and lets Mateus back through, and that's put Zeman back in the order with the likes of Doug Tilley now for the man to try and overtake. Doug, one of our own, fantastic sim racer in the BMW M4, one of those that improves, pulled out the way. Maybe Doug thinking, not my fight quite yet for the BMW M4 driver, with Zeman going through some sportsmanship going off there with Zeman. Coming back through the order, however, it looks like Jamie Quinton's having some fun. We'll go TV camera number 1 there. He certainly is. He's on it. Let's get this stream shared out for everybody. Bear with me as we go a little quiet. Side by side. Through Rin, I think that was.
The rain will increase again in 7 minutes.
Yeah, what we're hearing from trackside is the rain's going to be absolutely bloody mental at the minute. The track visibility is going to be something else, and it looks like Jamie's trying to have a go into Rin, and he's definitely there. Oh, it's close, it's close. They give each other the room to race. Well, 159, fantastic racing from you, giving the room where it was definitely needed. That's for sure. But it takes 2 to tango. They live to fight another day. With 39 minutes left of this one to go. Fantastic. And Tim, it's his time to try and fire back now. See the gap, just pulling his nose out. Go on, yep, sorry.
The racing line just seems like it's disappearing.
I think it completely disappeared.
I can't be the one because I'm not driving. But
No racing line. There's no racing line.
Yeah, it's completely disappeared. It is a monsoon out there. This wasn't what I was going for, believe it or not, but hopefully it'll dry up. But I think at this point of the race, everybody is pretty much on wet tyres.
It seems like the people that have started on wets have made the right call. I don't know if anybody was on dry tyres for the start, but wets seem to be...
It would have certainly been a risk for starting on the dry tyres, absolutely. Especially with only 5 minutes of predicted dry running time, with the track actually starting wet. I doubt it would have got to that dry state within the first 5 minutes anyway, but yeah, you're definitely right. It would have been a bold strategy to start on the drier of the tyre. Just having a look through the order, want to give everyone their fair shake. Craig Foreman leading the back end of the grid. Jens, Brent Lemers, Raymond, Tom and Justin, they in your top 20 positions. Moving off to P19, Tim, who were on board with Jamie, Blair Violet, Misha, Liam, Bram, Mark, Doug, Doug Tilley, Amazon, Zeman and Mateus. Seem to be coming up on each other. Mateus and likes of Zeman way out their element here in that top 10 positions. You've got David Starr, Subton, Mr. Richard Royhorse, Turi we're going to have to go on board with. He's hunting down P5 in front of his Lucas. Chris Pissick holding P4, Chris in P3, Daz P2. This will be a fantastic result for Daz and Chris Penrose. Showing why he is the man to beat at the minute, currently P1. I do apologise, I'm just sharing the stream out. Something I should have done at the start, but the actual PC and setup wasn't about. I do want to hold a poll as well. I'll put it in the YouTube chat for driver of the day. You guys get to vote on who you think the driver of the day is. They will receive 1 extra championship point added to their total at the end of the race. And that's down for the ladies and gentlemen, for you guys at home to decide. So a reason to stick around. Also, not just to mention, we will be getting driver interviews at the end of this race. So for those drivers that wish to be interviewed, stick around in the lobby chat and we'll drag you over into the commentary box to try and get some words from you and see how your race unfold. But with that said, that's the things shared out, so happy with that. Let's get back to the race in action. There we go, we're back. Apologies if I missed anything in the live chat. Look at the horse climb. Rory's always a fantastic racer here, and it's always a pleasure to have him. One of the good ones. Mateus and David, however, pretty bloody close to it. The 139, we've had a yellow flag somewhere in the lap, and the 139 would be Tim Hobson. We'll have a look at that in a second.
I could be wrong, but I think I just heard lightning in game.
Perfect.
So
you definitely will
wrong
have.
about that.
Oh, you definitely will have. We'll go on board and see what the conditions the boys are facing at the minute. It could have been easier for them.
Terrible.
Absolutely. This is a live onboard experience from round number 1. I'm going to say it's a little wet at the minute. Big support in for Richard Rory Horse from Broder and Bernsky Gaming. Rory harvesting the support. Fastest beacon in the land as David Starr gets wet and wild there. So obviously, as you guys know, we're at the world famous Red Bull Ring, location Spielberg, Austria, in the heart of the Simian region. This length is about 4.3 kilometers, or to me and you, 2.6 miles. This is 10 turns of a mix of fast corners, sharp hairpins, and sweeping bends that puts both drivers and skill and car setup to the test. This track originally opened in 1969 as the Austrian circuit and has since undergone, no idea how the fastest lap's still being set at this point, but undergone significant renovations and rebranding. The track as we know it today was revamped in 2011 and renamed the Red Bull Ring after being purchased by Red Bull in 2005. The attendance on weekend, the track regularly hosts up to 50,000 spectators, bringing in a buzzing atmosphere and creating one of the most electrifying fan atmospheres in motorsport. I'm going to go on board with David and look what it's like to be hunted down by Matthias Bellaschert, which is quite the scary proposition, to be honest with you. Very, very quick driver. So, the Red Bull Ring is known for its stunning views, rapid elevation changes, and a layout that truly challenges every aspect of driver's ability, from high-speed straights to tight corners. It's a track where daring overtakes and brave cornering will define the race, and it's a fan favourite for a good reason. The combination of technicality and speed is what makes this circuit such a challenge for the drivers, and again tonight probably the conditions, which is such a spectacle for at least us guys at home to watch. These guys will be sat in the sim rigs on their direct drive wheels, sweating buckets. They will today. We're in for an absolute treat as our drivers take on this track in the GT3 machines, battling out for supremacy. Get ready for some of the world-class racing, as we've already seen tonight. It's been fantastic, and that's David Starr off into the pit lane, trying to make me work the camera system better. But this is David Starr for his original stop. That will release Matthias into some fresh air. Matt Jones and Jens Starnhaus super close to each other, but we're starting to watch at the halfway distance. 33 minutes left of this one to go. People starting to come in and take their stops, and I imagine at this point, with it being a tyre change, everybody's going to be swapping to the wet tyre. Jamie Quinton, number 2, with a yellow flag. See for a second if Mark's not close enough. He's not. Then I've got a yellow flag with the number 1 and the number 2. This is Jamie Quinton. What happens here with the man from Runcorn, England? He's on his driver profile that he just wishes he was as good looking as his brother Liam, which is very, you know, you got to be happy with within your own skin to admit that kind of thing. And Jeremy just getting it wrong on the exit. It's definitely getting flooded. A quick look at what happened to the number 1, and that's Misha as well. Let's have a quick look at the replay system. Just a couple of corners afterwards, however. Is this going to be a pit attempt here from the 720S driver? Position 12 at the minute, and up 14 spots, the 720S. Yeah, way wide. Wow, that's a wide one. Yeah. That's a complete misjudgment of brakes, and yeah, I suspect preoccupied with something there. And what's happening with Blair? The GT3 driver, she's doing all sorts of business. Up 11 spots at the minute is the US driver, and she's being closely followed by Lichten. So if there's not going to be a move, oh, they look like there was, and Blair's seen it coming. Fantastic driving. The room was definitely given there. Number 93 in a spot of bother. We'll have a look once this battle has just unfolded. Through turn 5 now. Believe me, there's a few more turns happening. Into turn 6. Let's go on board. Pit stop. Daz is into the pits. It was right up that sharp end of the order. I do want to have a look what happened to the number 93 as well when we get there. Big shout out to Mr. Warrior. So 23 people currently watching, and for the 31 people that have thumbs up the stream. Thank you so much. Into Rint, the right-hander. Tricky now with the amount of rain that's come down. And I was thought for a second we might see someone dart into the pits then, but not at the minute. Let's have a look what happened to the number 93 as we've got a little break in the action, and this, I think, is just a pit lane incident. The game picking it up, unless there was contact on the right-hand turn here. especially in this weather. Yeah, too quick, and hitting the exit of the pit exit, as you will. Hopefully everyone stayed in that right-hand lane there. The driver briefing was that if you are coming out the pit lane, stay on the right-hand side until the white line finishes. Do let us know in the live chat. Uh-oh, David Starr is around. The number 27, yeah. You could say that again. Don't say it again. Let's have a look what happened to the number 29. This is the man from Sunny Scunny. Don't call for a good time or a long time. Call for an average time. It's Mr. David Starr. The Big D, the number 29 720S driver, coming into the second to last corner. This, you can see here just on the power, just understeering. We've seen that from a lot of drivers tonight, so don't... Oof! And the Lamborghini, oh my god! Lamborghini, round of applause for avoiding that one. Jesus, that was close, and I've lost a few people. We're back again. Thank Justin for that. I told him to swap the servers over, but it is what it is at the minute. Just let it come back, it'll sort itself out. And we're back? It appears so. Into the pit is Liam Barker, P12 at the minute. We do have a bit of a battle happening ahead, don't we? Jens trying to make his way forward now. The 2-on-1 of Richard Rory Horse. There's been a yellow flag somewhere, guys. Broder, Bernsky Gaming. We're going to have to look what's happened to the vegetarian, the man, the myth, the legend that is from Bogner. Yeah, position change there from Jens. Fantastic racing by the two of them. Did give him each other the room to race, however. Let's have a look what happened to Mr. Richard Rory Horse. His Lamborghini Evolution 2. This is into turn 1. Is he just hit the curb? Okay, he's fine. Wonder what that was. The server having some fun with me at the minute. But yeah, I think Rory's still out on track, still doing his thing. And I'm having some connection issues to the server. This happens with SimRacing. We'll plod along and we'll live to fight another day. Hopefully the replay system sorts itself out. But Jens, never mind, in P16. Everybody darting into the pit lane now. Zeman trying to make his way forward. P7 he is. And yeah, Chris Pissick also into the pit lane. He's one of the first from the very front of the grid. Oh, that was a bit of curb there used by Zeman. Kind of looks like the rain's backing off, but I'm not 100% sure there. Number 22 involved in something out on track. Who is the number 22? I apologise, I'll keep up with the names. Have we lost some more drivers here? I think we have. 2 more cars have exited this race and not happy. So who was this, the number 22? The number 22 is actually Bram. Okay. So the driver briefing was for anybody that had an accident or, you know, was involved in anything was to just keep on going. That's unfortunate to see, and those drivers will be penalised. What happens if you leave this lobby early? You will have a qualifying ban for the very next round. So hopefully we can have a word with these drivers come the next round and lay down the law and actually say, look, if this happens again, you'll have a qualifying ban for the next round. You'll start at the very back of the grid. There will be repercussions for just leaving the lobby early. There's a lot of people that put in a lot of time to make this thing happen, to organise this, to do the results, to do all the Discord side to it. And what you do by leaving the lobby early is, it's very disrespectful. It's about enough said, so let's not dwell on that. Let's keep our eyes forward as Tim, I think, has had a moment somewhere in the lap, the 159. Zeman chasing down Mateus in front. This battle resumes. Chris into the pits, Mothers into the pits. Here we go, is somebody entering here? Nope, still the same. I do want to have a look what happened to, what is it? Because we're going to see that one, the 159. Yellow flag somewhere out on track up for the replay system. This is Tim Hobson, the 720S driver. Still going, okay. Weird line into there. Maybe he's coming into the pit lane. No, he's nearly stopped him. Right, I know what he's done, and I know what he meant now by staying in that white line. Thank you, Tim. You actually took that one seriously. Raymond Cramp's also involved in something. Camps, rather. The amount of times I'm going to say his name wrong, Raymond. He's not going to like me for it. But we're on board the Lexus driver here, heading up into turn 6. What happens with the Lexus driver? I'm almost sure I had his... Oh, we get spun right round, baby. Lives to fight another day, though. The Lexus with a beautiful pirouette. Alright, race leader in towards the pits now. It is Chris Penrose, the man from the Isle of Man. Still, closest battle out on track would be, I think these boys are Justin going down the order here. Let's quickly look. The Audi driver trying to chase down a top 10 position of Bratton in front. So Chris taking these pit stops. Yet to take the pit stops, Turi, Richard Rory Horse, Matthias Belichick, Mr. Zeman, L. Justin Tunstall. Yet to take the pit stop, and as I say that, the number 98 has had a moment somewhere in the lap, but I'm going to keep on board with Justin because it looks... Oh, he's moved out of the draft. Can he get it stopped? Let's hear some notes from that Audi as he puts pedal to the metal. We will have to look at what happened with Tom as well.
98 has gone.
Yeah.
Or something. No.
I see it. I just want to see Zeman and Matthias as well. But yeah, I see the number 98 has had a moment somewhere in the lap.
After turn 1, I think.
Right, I'll have a look.
The pit exit.
Matthias knows that Zeman's there. You can see him just trying to get out the trap. Do it nice and early, so he has a minute. Do stick with us after the show as well. So back as well, we'll hear from the drivers. We'll have driver interviews and hear how they got on. The number 1 involved in something too. Nothing doing. Let's have a look. Oh, get involved with that. Let's have a look at the number 98. This is Tom Tunstall. Representing the BSC boys out on track tonight. Coming into turn 1. Has he just got on the inside curb or the outside curb? Oh yeah, just wide. On there, has he gone around? He did go around. Did he keep it out the barrier? I think he did keep it out the barrier, so no damage. Yeah, exactly.
Has the racing line like sort of reformed? It looks ever so slightly
It's
returning.
coming.
Oh Jesus, that's loud. TJC, thank you for being a member for 12 months, 1 year. You'd get less for assault. So you know, Misha with a very wide line. Is this the same thing that happened here? It is. Oh my God! Coming out the pit lane was the 720S driver, Chris Penrose, the race leader. Must have had a Code Brown moment there. Wow, that was close. That was so close. And here comes Zeman, I think, taking his mandatory pit stop as... Oh! I tell you what, it pays to do the pit entry, right? What a move! Did you see Zeman overtaking the pit lane entry there? That's how you know someone has practiced their pit entry, overtaking the Ferrari. That was a fantastic move of, that's a prime example to practice your pit stop. It was absolutely great. Again, chocolate mustaches, TJ. Chocolate mustaches. And Tom Tunstall somewhere in the lap again. We will check it out on the replay system. Fastest lap of the race is Chris Moses at 35.7. So this is what happened with Tom here. He keeps in the white line on entry. Okay. And I believe, watch this, because we're about to see Zeman come around. Because this is what I just watched. Look at this. Zeman around. Yeah, Tom taking it nice and steady. Zeman practices pit entry. Mercedes Belichick P3 at the minute. The limited speed driver finds his way right up there. He has to get to take his pit stop. Mr. Rory Horse, fan favourite, apparently, inside of the live chat. I wish my endurance event... I won my endurance event, by the way, Jana. It pays to be, so it does. It pays for you to host it as well and know what's actually bloody coming. But well done for the win. It's always hard fought. Nothing but love and respect for the pair of you. We'll go on board with Matthias. God, how easy it is, TJ, when you're on PC to go between cameras and do putting up graphics and stuff like that. So you get to take the pit stop. Look at the visibility of these guys. It's crazy. Matthias opted not to put his wiper on. So I'm wondering he's either in bonnet cam or we're just having a glitch here. Both of them stay in the white line. Does that work? Nope. Opted to stay out. Fantastic battle here, but they have got to take the pit stop. Both Turi, Mr. Richard Rory Horse and Matthias. 1, 2 and 3, but yet to take the pit stop. Chris Penrose, Daz, and Rose all have taken their scheduled pit stop, so at least out on track. Oh, right, so rear wing now of the Lamborghini Evolution driver as he has the likes of Matthias Belichick all over the ass end of him. The clouds are forming, it's not getting anywhere. I know, right? But for someone like yourself, the feature of this would be perfect. Justin Vazowski and Brand still yet to take their pit stops. What have we got left? 22 minutes left of this race to go. I am going to put a poll in the YouTube chat very shortly. I want to know what you guys think, and you will have a vote between a couple of drivers. And basically, you will pick your driver of the day. That driver will get an extra championship point. So you guys at home can get involved and pick who you want to have the championship point. Who your driver of the day is. Any suggestions, by the way, for driver of the day so far? Please post. Yeah, you've had a lot of spins today, but you've managed to keep it pointing in the right direction, and that looks like Matthias is going through. And he is, he's through. Rory, a valiant effort there. That's Liam just in front, is it? So into the pits come Bran. He's taking his scheduled pit stop. Will we see any of these boys decide and opt to take theirs? Time will tell. Just about staying in the white line, that's fair enough. Did Richard Rory Horse decide to take his? Nope, he's still on the ass end of him, so we've got some still battling going on. Tom again with a yellow flag. Let's have a look at the replay system. Not going to thank me for this one. Beautiful livery, by the way, on the Tom's car there. Doug is also in this one. One of our own. Where is the yellow flag? What's happened with Tom here? What's gone on? He's off the throttle, he's back on it. Don't tell me that's a fuel thing. Daz sets the fastest lap of the race at 34.8. Is he out? Is Tom out of this one? No, he's going, right? Yellow flag. Chris Moses, he has the fastest lap of the race as well, the 36. This isn't going to be great. Let's have a look what happened to one of the fastest men currently leading the way. The 777 has also had a moment. I believe the track is getting a little quicker because we're now seeing quicker times going through 20 minutes of this session. This is Chris, who we're watching in the Lamborghini. It's good to see that livery out. Oh, he managed to save it. Did he save it? That's a valiant effort as Christopher Pizzett come around the corner. Yeah. I tell you what, when David Starr had a moment earlier on in the second to last corner, that Lamborghini with the actual save of the century managed to somehow dart around him as well. But 777 has a moment somewhere on track. Let's have a look at the replay system. But yeah, how did the race go for you, TJ? What track was it at, by the way? Because I never got that far. I watched the start of it, and yeah, how's your championship going? By the way, if you're a console racer, PS... Oh, yeah, there's a moment there for the 7-7. Good save by Lemers. If you're a console racer, PlayStation, Xbox, we can cater to you. Some of our friends over on the TJC community host their own championship, endurance championships for the console racers out there. Don't hesitate to post in the live chat if you race on either one of them. And yeah, there's racing out there for you guys too. As a console racer myself from PlayStation 4, I know how limited you are to certain leagues and certain endurance events, so believe me. No, keep losing connection to the server, says Doug. Yeah, I'm having a few moments here and there as well, Doug, and believe me, I tried to get this sorted out before the start of this race, so I apologise, Doug, about that, my friend, but I tried to get on it. Alright, it is Turi, Mateus, and Mr. Richard Rory Horse that still need to take their scheduled stops. Closest battle out on track is definitely David Starr and Mark Jones, right? These boys are very close to each other. Oh, that's it, Mark. What's going on with Mark?
Straight off.
What happened to Mark?
Breaking.
Number 92, let's have a look, because, yeah, we're just getting some on-the-ball information there. Something happened.
That sky looks ominous now.
Yeah, it's very dark.
It is getting dark.
Sorry, Doug. So, yeah, this is something that happens here with Mark. Okay. What am I watching here? That was perfectly fine. At turn 1, it showed me something happening at turn 1 there for Mr. Mark Jones, the Welsh driver. However, living to fight another day, P14 at the minute, it's being chased down by Craig Foreman, one of the purple sector. Oh, sugar me timbers. Sugar plum moment there. Let's go on board with Craig Foreman. Each other's down. Yeah, it's pitch black now. I think we're heading off into kind of nighttime right at the minute. It's about 5 or 6 o'clock track-wise, and the lights are certainly on. Ooh, Craig Foreman has to get out of it. Jesus Christ, they're going to give me an heart attack between these boys. But Craig lives to fight another day. Liam Barker is through on this one as well. On the rear end, and yeah, is Craig just losing out there? It's a second the gap is now. Yeah, Craig. Woo. I'm dying, says Justin Pazowski. Where is Justin out on track? He's currently P16 and chatting in the live chat. That's something for our admin team. Puts all this together. Huge thank you and danker to Justin. I got to tell you about Double Trouble. That is, of course, if you want to know. Yeah, the Sim Cafe cater as well. Very good league. Hosted by Jeff. Am I muted or something? No, I can't be. Yeah, looking behind that. No, I'm not muted. Perfect. Looking behind Liam, Greg Foreman and Justin Pazowski having a bit of a moment. Still get to take their pit stops, however, is Mateus. I think actual Mr. Rory Horse did come in and take his pit stop. He is still in the pit lane. Let's have a quick look. Is he going again? Just coming out of the pit lane now. Where does this put the Lamborghini Evolution driver? I think he's holding on to a top 10 position. With Raymond going to be the one to hunt him down. But Mr. Rich and Rory Horse, one of the fan favourites so far tonight, top 10. Mancunian in the house. Welcome, my friend. Looks like Mr. Matt Jones is very close. Tom Tunstall with another yellow flag somewhere. Closest battle is Mark and David, so we'll have a little Lucy. Fastest lap of the race held by Chris Penrose. Mateus and Turituri still yet to come into the actual pit lane and take their pit stop, so theoretical race leader is Chris Penrose. Look at this, Matt Jones with personal best. Last time around had a personal best middle sector and last sector. The only sector that wasn't as quick was the first one, but he's improving his times. Up 5 positions is the Welshman. Got a different graphic on there. Let's have a little look as we head through the order now. So yet to take the stop, Mateus, Belchet and Turituri. I think everybody else, barring them, has taken their pit stop, with Tom having a bit of a mare at the minute. It's big hats off to the likes of Liam, who we saw was involved. And look in the background, Mateus is trying to find his way around, I think, a bit of that traffic. However, they're not totally like opting to get out the way and ruin their own strategy, if you get my meaning. Yellow flag still over Tom Tunstall. I think he may be coming into the pits at number 90 here. He's having a bit of a mare. Bram, the 22 as well, with a yellow flag. Let's have a quick look what happened. It's on the exit of turn 6, so looks alright at the minute. Maybe an outbreaking for himself. I finished 6th at Bathurst, first in class, then the green flag. Well done to Mr. Ramsey-Ramirez there for first in class. It's not an easy thing to do, regardless of what category, so hats off to him. But the means of purple. But that means you're purple class. Exactly, yeah. Bump him up. We'll put in a petition to get Mr. Ramsey-Ramirez further up the order. But this, one of the closest battles out on track is Craig Foreman and Liam Barker. It's so dark here, man. Let's have a little look on board with the boys and see what the weather's doing. Still wipers away with 14 minutes left of this race. So those that wasn't with us earlier on as well, I just want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, motorsport fans from around the world, and welcome to the start of our thrilling GT3 season. This is season number 3, this is round number 1, the very first round, and we've kind of thrown them in at the deep end with the track conditions. Hopefully we get a drier one for the next time around, but the engines are roaring, have been, the tension was building, and today we're bringing you the heart-pounding action live. Oh, Chris Penrose come through to make a lap. This is no ordinary race, it's a true spectacle. The Red Bull Ring nestled in the picturesque Syrian Alps. Fantastic racing. Yeah, we're definitely heading off into night time here, shall we say. Big shout out to the people on YouTube. Hello and welcome back. I'm absolutely pumped to be here with you as we kick off season 3 of the GT Challenge series. After a well-deserved winter break, we're back in the action, and this time we've got the fastest GT3 race cars on the planet lined up for some serious intense racing. It's been a long wait, but trust me, it's been so worth it. We're about to embark on 7 rounds, 6 after this one, of non-stop edge-of-the-seat action as we travel to some of the most legendary tracks around the world. The best GT3 drivers in the game are here, and the competition is going to be fierce. Every race, every lap, every move will be packed with drama and excitement. And I cannot wait to see how this championship unfolds. Before we dive in, I just want to take a quick second to thank every single one of you who tuned in to today's stream. If you're enjoying the action, make sure to smash the like button. Oh, it's a bit of a move ahead. Smash the like button and show your support. It really helps the channel, and if you're new here and excited for more, hit the subscribe button so you never miss a minute of the racing action as we go through the season. Massive shout out to incredible channel members. Thank you, all you guys, the backbone of JR SimRacing, and I seriously can't thank enough for your continued support. You all make this possible, and we've got some big things coming your way over the course of this season. Obviously, enough talk, let's get back into the action, get ready to see some epic racing. A big thanks for being here. Let's make this season unforgettable. Welcome to the most iconic racetrack, the Red Bull Ring. Located in the stunning Syrian Alps of Austria, this legendary circuit, known for its high-speed straights and technical corners, is sure to deliver, and it has so far, with just under 15 minutes left of this race to go. Each lap containing 2.6 miles of racing tarmac, 10 turns and a mix of fast corners, sharp hairpins and sweeping bends. Obviously the track condition tonight is an absolute test of skill and strategy and the nerves as we're in for a mixed weather race, and that's been an understatement, shall we say, at the Red Bull Ring. We've got rain on the forecast, as you can see. and it looks like the conditions will be challenged throughout the race. Expect a bit of unpredictability as the weather could clear up. And we may see a dry line start to form. I think we did for about 30 seconds. As the weather clear up, we may see a dry line form. It's going to be a real challenge for our drivers as they start to constantly adjust to ever-evolving track conditions. The key to success right now is it's not about all just raw speed, but about choosing the right tyre at the right moment and making those critical pit stops and tyre change. Do you stay on the wet tyres as the rain falls, or do you gamble on the slicks as the track starts to dry? The decision made under pressure could be the difference between victory and defeat. This 60-minute race, and before the action gets underway, the drivers, well, they had 20 minutes. Chris Penrose absolutely mastered the session. Big thank you again to everybody on the YouTube channel for tuning in tonight and to being with us. But yeah, closest battle out on track, and we are watching it. We're going to go on Liam Barker's rear wing and have a look, as I just got to let the dog do its thing. Bear with me.
I think the dry line is back, and there's a slide at turn 1 from the Ferrari.
We're looking on the rear end of the professional Dream Tertia. There is Liam Barker. Yes, I'm still in the rain, so good to watch people who can do laps as the Nigerian, right? Anybody that hasn't pitted should. Doubt the track will go to dry now. Yeah, I think the only people that have not pitted at the minute, because pit record leader was Chris Penrose, is Tui Tui, who is into the pit lane as we speak, right? Speak of the devil, so that promotes Chris Penrose, who's going to take P1 of this race round the last corner. He is hitting traffic, and look at that, he is getting sideways. Hang on a minute, am I seeing rain stopped here?
No.
I think
Are you
he's
sure?
hallucinating.
It looks like it stopped. It's just a bit of spray.
No.
Ooh.
No, it's raining now.
Okay. It looks semi-dodgy on there, but Chris Penrose P1, Daz in P2, 2-2 still in the pit lane. Will Chris Pizik manage to get him? Let's see where the 155 is. Where is he? He's coming around the last corner. This might be pretty close. Is Tui still stood? Let's try and get the camera all working. Comes the problem, right? You can just see Tui in the background there, so Chris Pizik is through. Into a podium spot is the Rundy JC racing driver, the 313 Cheshire Mash. It's Chris Pizik and your dad Leon doing a fantastic job with very limited time. That's Lichtenberg through as well. Where is Tui still in the pit lane? Is he moving? No, where's Chris Moses? Is he going to make his way through as well? I think he did. Oh, it's close. It's very close. Oh, it's so close. It's very
There's another
close.
spin at turn 1.
The number 1, I think. Yes, that's
no.
Misha. Misha and Jamie, the number 2 as well. Yeah, there's definitely a moment there. We'll go on board, and because we do have a big battle going on
Just
here.
lost.
Let's see. Yeah, still a big battle happening. Everybody's taking their pit stop, so we can take that delta off as we have 8 minutes left of this session. Alright, happy with that. Congratulations to everybody that's survived so far. With Liam Barker and Craig Foreman locked in an eternal battle. Chris Penrose leads the way, Daz P2, Chris Pesic P3, Lucas P4, Chris Muzz P5, it's Tui in P6, it's Mateus, Zeeman, Richel Rory Horse, and Raymond Camps leading off the top 10 positions. It's Jens Townhouse, David Storr, Matt Jones, Liam Barker who are on board with, and Craig Foreman hunting him down. P14 and 15 respectively. Justin Pasowski, the sick German. No, in that sense, he's just feeling very poorly. I just want to clear that up before I get a mouthful. It's Violet Blair. Fantastic race from the American driver. She's been, again, a pleasure to have on the grid. Jamie Quinton P18, it's Misha P19, and Bram LP20. Still running in the race at the minute, it's Tim Hobson, Brent Lemers, and Tom Tunstall. And as I say that, the 7-7 gets wild around the corner. Let's have a look at the replay system. The ISC, hey guys, had a really good barbecue from 11 now, a lot of beer and shots, but still I couldn't join the first round. Looking forward to next week in Barcelona, and it'd be a pleasure to have you on the grid, as always is my friend. Fantastic racer, and will be on the grid for Barcelona. Sparky, in. My god, I'm going to have to rescue the dog. We've got a whole host of cars all together here. Not sure what's going on, but there's a bet marker. That's Daz, right? That is Daz. Oh, please everybody get through, okay. Let me get my dog in. Oh, no! Daz is around out of P2. Where's Chris? Where's Chris? Oh, he's going to hold on. I think Daz, you lucky son of a gun. That he's definitely going to hold on position. Chris Penrose setting fastest lap of the race. The track has got evolved and got quicker. Number 98 round in the background as well. That is a yellow flag. Where's Chris? Has this holding this up a little bit? Where's Chris now? Coming around the... Yeah, it's still a bit of a gap with Daz. He's still got a bit of leeway there. But yeah, under pressure right now. But the track is definitely getting quicker as Chris Penrose sets the fastest lap of the race at 34.7 so far. Just to give you an inkling, fast times in the dry, probably a 26 and a 27, around there. But yeah, I'm telling you now, this track has got better. It's Craig Foreman, very close to Liam. Stop it there. Seaman up a spot, Richel up a hot. What has gone on? Somebody's had a moment. The 103. This is Turi around. He was really up the order here. Let's have a look. This is what happens to the Ferrari driver. I hope everyone's enjoyed the live stream for what it's worth. And yeah, I see. You better saved us some barbecue. Oh, they seize each other last second. Turi is not going to be happy there. It does give the room. Both hesitant there. Not good, and Craig Foreman is hunting down Liam now. It's very, very close, and we've got just under 5 minutes of this session remaining. It's gone bored with the Aston Martin driver. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. This is round number 1.
This has been amazing racing.
I hope so, and I hope everyone's had a laugh with us. I know that a few drivers have opted not to race this session because they have a life of barbecues to attend, but, you know, they'll be back at Barcelona for the next round. I hope to see everybody... at the very best. There'll be rust. Every driver will be rubbing off that dust they had over the winter break and back fighting fit for Barcelona the next round. So here you're watching. I tell you what, big improvement from Lucas as well. He's up 7 spots. Mr. Rory Horse must have got the love from the fans as well in P5. Tui up 7 spots. Jones up 3. Blair Violet up 8 spots. Who's the biggest gainer at the minute? She's done a fantastic job. Mel's up 7 and Hobson up 2 as well. Yeah, I don't think it'll be these conditions. I think you'll be alright there. I do want to put the spotlight on one of the drivers. Jens, very, very close as well to making a move. So I'm just going to put on the YouTube channel. Has anyone got any drivers inside of the YouTube chat that I can put on the vote? I'm going to open the vote up, so bear with me. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Come on, let me put a vote up. Start a poll. Alright. Driver of the day. Let's go for it. Driver of the day. Alright.
Oh, my brake's not working.
That's not going to be good.
Oh. What the fuck?
Oh, that is...
Rory Horse. Okay.
Oh, no.
Daz. Penrose, I think, have got to be up there, right?
Oh.
Matthias. Involved in a lot.
Who was the biggest mover that you said?
I think Blair's up there too, Barnes, as well. So
Yeah.
we're gonna put. I think we're gonna put Blair instead. Right, there are your options. 4 options, sorry. We've got Rich Roy Horse, Daz, Penrose, and Blair. I'm going to start the poll. Whoever wins this vote will get driver of the day. The poll is currently up, guys. Vote on who you want to see win this one. Of driver of the day in your view, anyway. So please vote if you can.
Junior, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me so
who do
many
you believe
questions.
is-
Who
is your driver of the day?
Me personally, at the minute, it's hard to put a thing, you know, I've got to say it's somewhat neutral, I think is the word I'm looking for. But it's hard to deny Chris at the minute because he's led from start to bloody finish. He's absolutely dictated this race. Lucas at the minute has got up so many positions, it's fantastic to see. Blair, our female driver, has got up the most amount of positions. Craig Foreman, Liam Barker have been involved in battles throughout this race. Rory Horse has been one of the fan favourites. Mateus has done some absolutely amazing moves. There's been too many to go through, but I think if you was to put me on the spot and say right now who my driver of the day is, it's going to be between three. It's going to be between Chris, Daz, and Blair Violet for my driver of the day. So yeah, I couldn't pick one, but 18 people currently in the YouTube chat. Please vote on the poll and let us know who your driver of the day is out of the people on there. They will get the extra championship point. A big thank you, obviously, to everybody that's joined us tonight and been a part of this. Thank you so much. How long left have we got of this one? We've got a minute left of this race. So it's all happening. Where is race leader, who's currently 0.3, 0.4 up on his lap? He's going even faster. Is Mr. Penrose with his Senna tribute livery on with a white front end there with a red stripe in the middle. So 100% of the vote right now. Who's got it? Blair. There's been 3 votes so far, and I think all 3 of them have gone to Sky Blair. So please vote in the poll in the YouTube chat and tell us who your driver of the day is. We're on board with Chris Penrose, who I believe at this precise moment in time, he doesn't have enough time to slow right down and let this be the end lap. So he's going to go wind up and go again. One more lap from the driver from the Isle of Man, the number 86. Just one more precarious lap to do. This will be a fast lap as well, right? 0.3. And a bit of a draft here. This might be fastest lap. No? He's on the final lap.
I think I'll be out, and I'll enjoy the rest of the...
Mr. Ramsey Marias, it'd be fantastic to obviously have you next session, should you be free. Because you're a fantastic driver, and we have your Roxy Rexy, what is it in there as well, your livery, so...
Yep.
We want to see you back on the grid with us, my friend.
I'll think about it, but I don't know about Barcelona.
Well, everyone's in the same boat. It'd be fantastic to have you. You're always welcome, and a big thank you to Ramsey Marias for joining us in the commentary box and feeding us very valuable information. So, Ramsey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thank
Legend, dude. We're looking on Chris Penrose actually set a purple sector 1 last time around. This is it for the final time. Chris Penrose around turn number 6. Yellow flag, number 92, but we are sticking on board with our race leader, who's coming up around the final couple of corners. Perfect race from Chris Penrose. Chris Penrose and Rory Horse does get a vote there. Blair with 60% of the votes. Penrose and Rory Horse, 20% of the vote. It's going to go all the way to the end, guys. Matt Jones into the pit lane. Right at the very end. That's not good to see, but here comes Chris Penrose. He's going to take home his first victory of the season in round number 1. Well done to the Isle of Man driver. A fantastic race by him. Congratulations. It's Daz, the Pseudo Racing Team. We finally got him out on track with us. One more corner to navigate. The Bentley driver is going to bring home P2. Let's go, Daz. Fantastic racing, buddy. Well done to you. Must be happy with that one. The Bentley driver. Thanks, Chris Pizza. Here's a surprise to the book. He's mainly mains iRacing. This dude's come in very late with a couple of days of practice. It's one of our own. Big friend of the family as well as Mr. Pissick. Leon, his son's going to be smiling down. It's Chris Pissick across the line. The 3-1-5 final podium spot. Well done to you and Lucas as well with an absolute stellar drive, it must be said. Up so many positions. Well done, Lucas. Fantastic job. Chris Moses now. Behind the seas as well, not too far behind, Mateus Belisher. It's unusual to see the likes of Mateus and Zeman so far back, but I know they'll be back bigger and stronger than they were before. I know they will. And Zeman ran the last couple of corners in the OnlyFans. He'll be coming back with Barcelona with a vengeance. Him and Mateus ran Barcelona the season before. They were unbelievably quick, and Richard Rory Horse as well, one of the fan favourites tonight. As it lets me actually pick on him. Well done to you, Rory. Raymond. A fantastic job in your Lexus, buddy. Top 10 position, big bunch of points. He's going to bring it home in P9 of the Pseudo Racing Boys. Well done to Raymond Camps. Jens, not too far behind him either. Was pushing all the way to the line. And Turi, I think just comes over, just around the final couple of corners. He's going to be a little bit gutted about his performance. I know he is. Do stick around, drivers, in the live voice comms in Discord if you should wish to have an interview with us. But big thank you to all of the guys. Winner of round 1, Chris Penrose. Daz leads off P2 and Christopher Bizik P3. They're your podium spots. For round 1, the Red Bull are in crazy conditions. Stick around for the driver interviews. I'm going to read them off now. The winner of the vote of driver of the day is Sky Blair with 50% of our vote, with Rory Horse falling very close behind, Daz and Penrose with 12% of the vote. Thank you to all those people. Thank you to everyone on the YouTube channel. Again, if you're a driver watching this one back, please consider hitting the like button. Support the stream. More eyes, more viewers on your racing. Big thank you to every single one of you at home that joined us for this one. Massive thank you to the drivers for putting all their effort. We go to Barcelona for the next round. Let's try and get some interviews with some of the boys. And Tiri, flash the lights. Still good to see him in good spirits. But thank you. We're going to head over. We'll get the boys in some of the interviews aspects of it. So bear with me, my guys. Well, we can head over to the interview room. All right, we're in the interview room now. We're just pulling in a driver, and I'm pleased to say, Blair Violet, an unbelievable race from you. It looked like a lot of positions gained, and especially in tricky conditions. As always, I will lead with, how did the race go from yourself, and how was your performance tonight, Blair?
I would say that qualifying was a bit disappointing, but I was hoping for, because I was hoping to put. I'll be honest, I didn't expect rain in quali. Yeah, during the race, went quite well. Turn 1, the first lap, bumped into one of the McLarens, but I don't know if they spun around because of me or not.
Right.
But yeah, main issue was turn 2 and turn 3. Like, overshooting those a few times.
Listen,
but other than that,
yeah,
nothing bad.
Listen, I wouldn't. Everybody's had their own on-track battles tonight, especially with the conditions and the weather. We put up the position delta, and at one point it looked like you'd gone up nearly 14 positions in the actual race. I can't remember what it ended at now, but it was quite a lot. We put up a YouTube poll at the end of the race before all the cars came into the pit lane for their driver of the day. You were in the vote along with Chris Penrose, along with Daz, and I forget Richard Rory Horse. And when everybody came into the pit lane, you led the vote. You are race number 1, Red Bull Ring, driver of the day. You will receive the extra championship point for your efforts and your racing on track. So congratulations for the extra point there, Blair, as well. Well done.
Thank you.
More than welcome. We're off, heading over to Barcelona next week race. Is it a track you enjoy at all?
It's a track I enjoy. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's one I'm familiar with.
Well, there we go. We know which position and way it goes round, and I promise you I'm going to be much nicer with the weather conditions next week. We'll have an almost dry one, shall we say. We might turn the heat up just a little bit, but the elements will be much better suited. Congratulations on race number 1, and congratulations, Blair, for winning driver of our day with the extra championship points. Blair, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic race. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to pull in another driver who had their own battles out on track. I'm going to pull him in randomly now because we have Liam Barker with us here, who set up on the grid. I don't know how much practice they got, but we saw a little incident with the Lexus. We're looking back on the replay file, and visibility looked like it might have been an issue out on track. Liam, how was the race from your perspective? It looked like you were in a battle every lap of it, bro.
It was something like that, mate. I think the first incident I had a spin, and then I had another spin probably within 20 seconds of the first spin, and then we went 3 wide into turn 2.
Oh my god, we watched it from turn 1. We saw it happening, and then we saw it go 3 wide, and then we saw Buddy Raymond on the very outside. There was literally nowhere for the Lexus to go, and it just looked like one of those. It just, after that accident, it just looked like something else happened, and something else happened, and something else happened. It looked to me like you should have been a lot further up the grid naturally. Again with like Zeman and Mateus as well, but the conditions, I think, throwing everybody an absolute curveball tonight. How was the conditions?
It was good, though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be personally honest. I quite liked it because everyone's on the same playing field, aren't they? So everyone struggles, but that's the fun of it.
Well, that's what we were going for, you know. Everyone's in that same boat, hence the stupidness of that. But everyone's in the same boat, and everyone's on the same grid essentially. So it's kind of everyone's got them same conditions to drive through. We move on to Barcelona next week. Liam, is it a track you enjoy? Track you get on with, or?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so
There
I'm
we
put the
go.
practice in this week. I'm just made up to be back and see you streaming and see the series back, mate. I'm made up.
I think a lot of people are. We had a big winter break, obviously, with Christmas, New Year, all of that jazz. But yeah, it's good to be back, good to be streaming, and it's good to see the likes of you, Tom, and Jamie back in the sharp end of things as well. I look forward to seeing you out at Barcelona. And on another note, I want to get to speak to you at some point the next couple of days, if that's all right, my dude.
Yeah, we'll have a sit down, mate.
Sweet.
But anyone watching, thank you for tuning in as well. We appreciate it.
You were a legend, Liam. Thank you ever so much for your time tonight,
Go on,
bro,
guys.
and have a good one, my friend. Thank you, Liam. All right, moving in, we will bring Craig in, and he was in his Aston Martin tonight, was Mr. Craig Foreman, and it looked like you were in some interesting battles tonight, Craig. How was the race for you, my dude?
Didn't start particularly well,
Yeah.
but obviously qualified really decent. But the biggest problem is I realised I was on slicks.
Oh, to start with.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah,
I had
that'll
to
do.
I had to pit.
Did you have an early one, Craig? You had a real early pit stop.
Yeah, like it was like as soon as the window opened.
Yeah,
I
it
went
was.
straight
Yeah,
in.
you were one of the first ones in. I thought for a second, has he put qualifying fuel in or something? But you were one of the few that actually started out on the dry tyre, because I believe it started with a wet track. However, no rain for the first kind of 5 minutes, I think. And I'm guessing that just didn't dry up at all, really.
No, I mean it was more of a judgment call that I'd thought I'd done the setup, and then I looked down and I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me."
Yeah.
So I mean, in hindsight, you know, I was at the back of the grid and got up to 13th. So
Yeah, you smashed it. You gained quite a lot of positions once that initial pit stop had actually done. And from our perspective, especially on the stream, my dude, you were involved in a lot of action. We were on your car a lot tonight, and one of the incidents, as I seen we were coming into turn one. I believe it was a Porsche in front of you, and you just had to get out of it. You know, he braked way early. You had a lot of overspeed on him, and you had to do some avoiding action there into turn number one. And you know, you got out of it and avoided a real big accident there. So big props to you for the awareness there. And yeah, obviously the weather throwing an absolute curveball. We head off to Barcelona next week with I'm gonna say optimal conditions, if not a little hot. How is Barcelona for a track for you, Craig?
it's a track that I've raced on, not you know,
So,
track that I'm
We're
aware
familiar of which way it goes, I guess. Is
of. Not one of my favourites, but yeah, you know, having said that, you know, it'll be okay. We'll see how it goes.
Well, there we go. Then we're going to see how it goes, and everything's a bonus for Craig. But listen, if you watch the stream back, buddy, you were involved in a lot of the action tonight. So I just want to thank you and the rest of the boys, obviously, for taking the time to be a part of this series and be a part of this championship. And yeah, hopefully you watch the stream back with a bit of a smile, because you were involved in quite a lot of the action. Thank you, Craig, for being a part of this one, buddy. And we look forward to having you back at Barcelona. Cheers, Craig.
Yeah, no worries, thank you. And yeah, once again, you know, thanks for having me back.
Legend, dude. Thank you, Craig. See you after, bro.
Cheers, man.
All right, we're moving across. We're going to pull in Justin, our German Minister of Defence. He's not been very well tonight. He's been battling a bit of a temperature, cold, flu, so he battled through it tonight. And yeah, he's one of the main catalysts. Let's not overdo it too much, but the lad has put together this series and championship. Is one of the catalysts for getting this thing going. We just everyone in the live chat and everyone from the Discord just want to extend our thank you to Justin for the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Moving forward, however, into the race, the Audi. When did that become a thing?
Most likely today. I did manage to get some laps in because the
Right.
last weeks I totally couldn't. So it was a thing that I want to use the Porsche in this season.
Right.
But I didn't know which car I wanted to use. There were 4 cars. Audi was one of them,
Yeah.
and I just quickly decided to use the Audi.
So it was a last spur of the minute thing. It looked like, obviously, with that said, it looked like it understeers initial on entry a lot, the Audi, at least from our perspective when we were watching the car. Maybe a setup issue or something, or just timing it, or could it have been the conditions? How was the race anyway for you?
It was most likely the skill issue because on the most spins I had, I got not the car positioned right to the corner.
I'm with you.
So yeah, so I got to wide left on the before you get into the pit.
Yep.
I got too wide on the outside on the start
Yeah,
finish.
that's why we'd seen a lot of your accidents, at least 2 of them, where you span out there. Yeah.
This was the only 2 spots where I spun around.
Yeah,
like,
and I think we caught every single one of them. And obviously with the ACCT Pro app, we have the replay system, so we could look back. But it did look like the car was tricky. The conditions not helping you in the slightest there. But how are we coming back for Barcelona next week? We're throwing down a marker, Justin, because we want the Minister of Defence tonight. We want to see some spunk in your driving, my friend. So we're coming back to Barcelona, bigger, stronger, faster, and throwing down a marker from the Minister of Defence. Let's go, Justin. Tell him.
So, well, on this track, if I hadn't the spuns in the last sector, I would have finished way higher because I even managed to let Chris behind me.
Right.
So, I think Barcelona could be a better track for me, but also not because I hate Barcelona.
I know, I'm with you. It's not everybody's favourite track, but I think next week we're going to have dry conditions. I'm just going to turn the temperature up slightly. So, tyres might be an issue towards the end of a stint. That's what I'm going to do. But I hope that Justin... Yeah, exactly. I hope you stay with me in the live comms right now. We'll drag in a few more drivers for the interview. I appreciate it. And obviously, still extend our big thank you to you. We'll pull in Mr. Richard Rory Horse, who had a lot of support tonight inside of our live chat in YouTube. You were very well received tonight, Rory. A lot of support in there for yourself. How was the race from you, my friend? It looked like top 10 position.
Yeah, it went way better than I expected. I came out a bit under pressure, but I just dealt with it, kept my head down.
It smashed it. You had a fantastic race. I'm not going to say flawless, but it looked like you had a lot of action there tonight, because I was just saying to a couple of the other drivers, you were involved in a lot of that live stream tonight, where we saw a lot of that green Lamborghini doing its thing. So from our perspective, you were right in the thick of it. And I know personally you're a man that's very busy with work, the wife, the little one as well. So our utmost respect to you, and a big thank you, Rory, for your work as an admin inside of the server. We're going to move off to Barcelona next week. How do you get on at Barcelona, Rory?
Yeah, it's a likeable track, that. I like Barcelona.
So we're throwing down a marker. Justin was iffy about it. He wasn't going to say whether it was going to come back stronger and faster, but I think what we're hearing from one of the fan favourites tonight in the YouTube chat is he's coming at Barcelona, and he's coming for them top spots. There we go. That's Mr. Richard Rory. Rory, you're a legend as always. It's a pleasure to have you on the track, and we can't wait to see you out at Barcelona in some, racing conditions, shall we say, actual optimal track for see what that Lamborghini can do on a dry surface. Rory, legend, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you out at Barca, my friend.
Excellent. Cheers for having me.
Legend, do. Thank you, Rory. All right, let's pull in a different driver. Well, I've got a second in the live chat there. We've got Chris Pissick. Well done. Jenky to you, my friend. I hope Leon's proud of your performance tonight, bro. Well done on your podium spot. We're going to pull in Tom Tunstall now, who, that number 98, we saw a lot of yellow flags tonight, but in true Tom Tunstall fashion, kept it going right until the very end. Tom, how was your race and for round 1, my friend?
Oh, it started off pretty well. Yeah. Actually, it was okay. Yeah, it was trying to dodge most people, and then it was sort of trying to keep the car on the track then, because obviously the tires started wearing, and that Ferrari. I'm sort of new to it, like obviously doing the McLaren last year and going and jumping into the Ferrari. It's slightly different.
Well, listen, if anything, you've got a fantastic bloody livery on that thing, and I kept saying throughout the race, representing the BAC boys there, and you did them proud tonight. You were on it, the ball. You were involved in a lot of the bloody action as well from the stream point of view. Obviously,
I can say, yeah. I did try, and then I went to pit for tyres, and it just didn't put any tyres on, and I was like,
that sucks.
And then I came up the pit, went up to turn, because it's a kink, isn't it, turn 2?
Yeah.
And then you go up to turn 3, got round turn 3, and then again, me pedal just went, no, I'm not having that.
Jesus.
It just cut out, so I was like, so that's why I ended up just being in the pits, and then it got to the end, and I thought, you know what, I can't, I had to pit, but it wouldn't put tyres on, so I was like, right, I'm going in the pits.
Well, I'm
just spinning around.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. At the end there, it was like the yellow flag machine at the side. I had the number 98 then about 20 times, and I'm like, he must be having an absolute mare, Tom. But again, the man that got the spirit of the race from season 2, man, that kept on going and had that bit between his teeth. Thank you for keeping it on track. Where a few of us didn't tonight, you kept it going. You had your heart in it, and we can't thank you enough. And obviously now the weather's got a bit, shall we say, better. You're not going to be freezing your tits off in the shed at the bottom of the garden, I imagine. So slightly better for SimRacing.
That's true. Yeah. It's a little bit warmer, and I'm glad we're going into spring. So yeah, it's a little bit warmer. Yeah.
Well, like I asked a lot of the drivers beforehand, we move off to Barcelona for the next weekend's race. How is that track for you, Tom? I believe you got a bit of practice there, or?
Yeah, Barcelona's pretty good for me. It's not probably wouldn't be one of my strongest, but it's sort of mid-ground. But I'm going to need to put a lot of practice into this Ferrari and getting that right.
It's a good car for Barcelona, is the Ferrari. I'll try and work up on some setups or whatnot. But I know with the Ferrari, you can run TC5 or 6, even TC9 with the other two off. And it's absolutely bloody rapid, that thing is. So you need any help, just give us a shout, Tom, and we'll go through a few things, mate. But thank you, Tom, for being a good sport tonight. And laying down a marker for next week is Tom Tunstall. One to watch for next week at Barcelona. Thank you, Tom. Have a good week, my dude.
You too, Eddie.
All right, bro. All right. Moving away right now, we're going to pull in Mr. Raymond Capps here, who was in his Lexus earlier on, and we saw, which usually a better car for the rain is the Lexus. But Raymond, how was the race from your perspective, my friend? It looked like you were involved in a lot of the action, at least at the start.
Yeah, at least I heard a little bit of action.
There we go.
Yeah, I had a bit of an incident. I had a 360.
We saw a nice pirouette out of what is, I believe, turn 2, but, you know, the actual thing picks it up as, like, turn 4, but it is literally the second right-hander that comes up. But, yeah, we saw a beautiful pirouette from your Lexus there in the end.
That was definitely for the viewers, mate. That was for the viewers.
Exactly. Showing off, as always, Raymond Camps, the pseudo racing boys there, the 182, absolutely putting down an absolute, you're just a showman at heart. But, yeah, thank you again, Raymond, for being a part of season number 3, and especially... We're moving off to Barcelona next week. The conditions are going to be fair weather for everybody. We're going to have an optimal track. Maybe the temperature turned up a tiny little bit, so strategy on the tyres might be a thing. But is it a track you get on with at all, Raymond? Is Barcelona?
I do really like the track. I'm not too sure if I'm too good at it, but it's.
Well, you're the only one that's turned around and actually said, "Yeah, I like the track." Everyone else has been a bit and ahhing about it, how it's not the favourite. I think Tom came in just then and said, it's not his favourite, but he does like the track. So thank God somebody actually gets on with it.
Well, it's sort of like there's a reason it's like a Formula 1 test track, right? It's
exactly. It's got everything. It's got everything. It's got fast. It's got downforce, and it's got a few hairpins thrown in as well. I wish we kind of had that Formula 1 layout at the end, but beggars can't be choosers. And on to next week with the temperatures again. I just want to extend a big thank you to you, obviously Daz, all the pseudo purple racing boys that came in. Just a massive thank you to being a part of this championship, and we can't wait and to see what that Lexus does next week at Barcelona. Raymond, big thank you, my friend, and thank you for the pirouette and the showboating tonight in the Lexus. Big love, my friend.
Happy to be part of it, mate.
Exactly. Cheers, bro. Thank you very much.
See ya.
All right, who else have we got in here that we're going to pull in? We're going to pull in, I still believe this is Jamie Quinton, brand new in his Ferrari this season. How was the race from your perspective, Jamie? It looked pretty fun at the start.
Well, do you know what? It was good. I like that car. That car's really good.
Yeah, I mean, what were you racing in? It was the Beamer, wasn't it, beforehand, I think? It was the Beamer? Yeah.
I think last year I was in the Aston.
Oh, the Aston? Yeah, you changed cars. Actually, you've changed cars every season.
Yeah. Trying new cars.
A little car slut he is. He's a little Bop Taurus, is Jamie, but finding his feet with the Ferrari. And I can tell you that from personal experience when we had a little online session at the Nordschleife, and I couldn't believe how quick Jamie fucking was. And that's no disrespect. It's just how much you've improved. Whether that's an all-round thing, but especially at the Nordschleife, your pace was genuinely impressive, Jamie. Obviously, I've asked a few drivers tonight. Obviously, moving on to Barcelona next week. Is it a track you like? Get on with? What can we expect from the J-Man moving on to Barcelona next week?
Well, hopefully top 10. I'll take a top 10.
There we go. Throwing down the marker of a top 10 and good points position. I mean, every position gets point, but I like that. We've got a marker laid down for next week. I know Tom was keen to try and get practicing in his Ferrari as well, so it'd be good for Mr. Quinton and Tom to throw about some setup ideas at least for each other and help one another out. But Jamie, as I said to Liam, as I said to Tom, pleasure to have you back. It's a pleasure to be racing back and have you back on the track with us. It's always fun to see you out there, dude. And yeah, I'll extend a big thank you to yourself for taking the time to be a part of this one. And we look forward to seeing you out at Barcelona next week. Jamie, top 10 next week. I'm writing it down. Good luck, my friend.
Oh, God. Thank you very much.
Legend, dude. All right, how many other people have we got in? I think we've just got one more, and he's kind of probably shying away. He's usually left at this point as Batman, but we'll bring him in anyway. I know there was a few spins tonight. How was the race, David, from your perspective, my friend?
All right, I couldn't get a lap together in qualifying until about 4 minutes before the end.
Yeah, you did pretty well, though. You was at the back of the grid,
yeah.
And all of a sudden you were kind of towards the front, right?
Yeah, they've qualified 6th, got a good start.
You're battling Chris, weren't you, at one point?
Yeah,
you were.
Yeah. In 5th, then spun it, gathered it back up, got into the pits, spun it again, and then about 4 minutes from the end, my pedals decided to disconnect, and I went straight into a wall. So that was the end of my race.
Pedals, it's not you, that's not your MO, right? Your equipment is usually...
No.
That's the first time, right?
Yeah, they're SimMagic pedals, so they're quite well known.
It's definitely the first time, because I know Zeman, he usually has a problem with the pedals, or you have it on our online server, so it's usually Zeman that has them race issues. Hopefully, obviously coming into Barcelona next week, we get that issue at least with that cleared up, because it's not a regular thing from yourself, is that kind of issue. And I have asked every driver tonight how they get on with Barcelona coming into next week. What we expecting, David? Can we see a stronger outing from you at Barcelona? Track you enjoy?
I do enjoy Barcelona. Yeah, I do like it. We did it last year, didn't we? Did we do it in the last season, or was it the first season we did it?
I think first season. Yeah,
first season. Yeah, but we're strong in it. Yeah, I haven't been on it in a while, but bit of a refresher course. It's Valencia. I've not been at. Just checked, and I've done 0 hours on it. So I think a lot of people will be in the same boat.
Yeah, everybody will. Everybody will be in the same position come Valencia. I know for a fact they will. It's even a track. I think it's the least amount of practice I've got. I don't do bad there in the dry conditions, but
it's a great track.
Yeah, it's a fun one, and I think it's gonna catch a lot of people out. Turn 1, you can run so wide. So I think for that Valencia round, I'm gonna make a track guide so people can just see how much liberty you can kind of take with the track. But with that said, David, I know tonight we had a few spins here and there, got away with a couple of maneuvers. It's not your usual MO. It wasn't anything you can do. It's sim racing at the end of the day.
I did enjoy it. I mean, it happens.
That's what it means. That's what it's about. Yeah. It's actually enjoying it. The weather. Everybody was in that same boat. Excuse the pun. Yeah. You know, everybody was on the same track. And Zeman, true. So yeah, Zeman's even pointing out that it's usually him with the braking issues there, but hopefully David Starr gets it sorted out for Barcelona, and it's a track that he does apparently enjoy, does run well at. So Jamie threw down a top 10 position. He wanted to get top 10 next time out. Have we got a prediction from the D-man?
Well, the last time I was at Barcelona, Jamie was behind me and he couldn't keep it in a straight line. So
let's say trying to beat Jamie, right?
All the same thing. Yeah.
That's it. I'm writing it down right now. Mr. David Starr. His aim for next week is to be in front of Jamie Quinton in his brand new Ferrari. So at least we've got a marker laid down there from the demon. I think that's pretty much it from the driver interviews. Obviously, a massive shout out to all our mod and admin team. We've got Justin and David both in here. They're a big part of what makes this championship and Discord tick. Massive thank you to all the admins that have made this work. I'm sure all the admins that are currently in the live chat now will extend a big thank you to every single driver that has signed up to our championship and took part tonight.
One thing to do.
Okay.
Who won your vote?
Who won the vote? It was Skyblair. She got the extra point for
Are
the
you
driver.
Sure?
I am sure, because what I said was, once them cars all come into the pit lane, I will end the vote. Skyblair was leading that vote, and then once everyone was in the pit lane and I was about to close the pole off, it was actually Mr. Richard Rory Horse that was leading that vote. But as the cars come into the pit lane, as I said, it was Skyblair. But if you want to play fair play, then both of them can have a championship point. But as it stood, fairly, it was Sky Blair, but Rory, once all the cars had actually come parked up and not the exit, the entrance to the pit lane, Rory was leading that vote. So I already know where you're going with it, but I am very willing to, if that's okay with you, to give them both a point additionally each.
More than okay.
Right, perfect then. Mr. Richard Rory Horse, an extra championship point, and Sky Blair, she's been fantastic tonight, fantastic drive, voted both of them driver of the day. A massive shout out to obviously we've got 7 rounds of this, 6 rounds left, of course. Edgy seat, non-stop action, some of the most iconic tracks. Quick second to say thank you to everyone that tuned into today's stream. Obviously, if you enjoyed the action, hit the like button. If it really helps the channel out, and if you're new here, excited for more, hit subscribe, and you'll never miss a minute of the racing action. Also, a massive shout out to our incredible channel members. You guys are the backbone of the JR SimRacing channel, and I seriously cannot thank you enough for the continued support. You make all of this possible, and we've got some big things coming your way. Next up, next week, Sunday, round 2, Barcelona of the GT Challenge Series Championship, brought to you by the GT Challenge Championship, brought to you by the JR server, brought to you by all of our lovely mod and admin team. We can't wait for you to come back, come and get involved in the action, come and get involved in the live chat. From me, Justin, and David in the live chat from the Ollie admin team, as always at this channel, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, peace and love. We'll see you back for round 2 at Barcelona. Thank you guys.
Run number 3 and weight level is 0 and